Okay, let's literally get this over and done with because Liv wanted to do something that was so funny. Welcome back, everybody, to the Select Start Network. I am one of your hosts, Justin Larche, and I'm supposed to intro some fucks. So I guess we'll start with the guest closest to my left. A man who I still don't know his origin. He may be Hispanic, could be Italian. I don't know. His name's very confusing. But he has a deep, sultry voice. And he's also a lover of wrestling. Please welcome one of my guests, Nuno!
Okay, so I'm not allowed to dab, so what I'm going to do is...
Nuno, you gotta shut up! I gotta intro the other people!
Oh, okay, never mind. Anyways, I ruined it.
Nuno, shut up! Go. Our next guest, I want to introduce... He's musically talented. He's easy on the eyes. And I like his suit combo he's got right now with the black and the green. I'm liking it so much. Please welcome my next guest, co-host, Colin!
Hello, everyone. I'm going to say a lot less words than Nuno. Don't worry.
Perfect. Oh, and here's Liv. Fuck! That's what you get for telling me what to do!
The man who had the greatest idea ever just got the worst intro.
I try to
Got shit on for that.
I try to be creative. I try to add something fun to this podcast, and guess what? Guess what I get? I get here's Liv.
Yeah. I like
It's not even your normal voice. Thank you. I have 200 IQ. That's why I wore this shirt.
we're not getting into that.
Good show though. I'll admit, good show.
Yeah, great show.
Don't want to piss off the fan base
show.
here.
I can't wait for the next season, though.
I'll put this.
Just, I don't like the majority of the fans that are part of that.
Yeah, I don't like the majority of the fans either.
You don't like guys who yelling at their Pickle Rick going up on a McDonald's counter?
Yeah.
Dude, it's so funny when you do that.
What was Szechuan sauce? Like, fuck you, dude. Like, you. Yeah. Anyways, doesn't matter. All right, guys. So to what people don't know, they think this is episode 6. It's not really episode 6.
Technically.
It's more like episode 6.5. Because Sunday, we had an amazing hour and 27-minute long podcast.
Great one.
It literally,
One of our
like,
best.
it was great. You know what? Guys, you would have loved it. We had fireworks, graphics, everything.
Scarlett
tasting.
Johansson made
Yeah.
an appearance.
Scarlett Johansson.
She was there?
Yeah, she
it
was there. It was a great time.
insane. Everything. We had Kevin Spacey. We beat the shit out of him. It was amazing. Yeah. A win for America, even though we're in Canada.
Like that, you say
gave
that.
that to
You're
one.
like,
Gave that
you're
one,
like
okay.
Kevin Spacey, and then you didn't even think about the other part. You're just like a cool guest, and then you're like, oh shit, the kids. And then we beat him up though.
Look, he got too close to my son. I had to put him down.
Yeah, he got too close to me. I was a little too young looking for him. All right, well,
But yeah, guys, it was the greatest thing in the world.
gotta cut that whole Kevin Spacey bit out.
Yeah, because Kevin Spacey's got to come on to the
His lawyers are
podcast.
gonna come after.
People find out the IP address. They'll come after you.
Yeah, go ahead and sue Fanshop, motherfucker. Have fun with that. Thank you, Fanshop, for letting us use your studio, by the way.
Thank you so much. But yeah, got butchered.
Yeah, pretty much. So what happened was we came in, we set everything up, everything was looking great, and an issue we've had in the past was the computer over in the edit bay. I'm so choked up about this, and I probably hit puberty. The computer over there usually has like a memory of like 25 gigs, and one of the things that happened last time when it was just Lib and I. It ran out at like 15 gigs, and that's the technical snafu episode of SSN, which was episode 4.
Yes.
Yeah, it was episode 4. So to avoid that, I'm like, okay, well, I'll just use my external hard drive, and it's going to be great. We did it for the episode with Haley in it, I should say. I just shoved her in that fucking hard drive.
Inside the podcast.
All right, watch what you're saying about my woman.
But yeah, so that worked. A couple of drop frames, but whatever. It's better than not having a goddamn podcast.
Yeah.
Came this Sunday. We were all here. Everything was going great. Chemistry was fantastic. We were about to hit record. I'm like, oh shit, I don't have my external. Colin, brilliantly, he's like, well, good for you. It was like one of those moments in like a Power Rangers episode where like, oh my god, I don't have my power sword. Don't worry, use mine. Like it's like one of those moments like, lucky for you, I have an external.
I speak like a terrible anime character. That's exactly how it went down.
It was like the crazy focus. Yeah, it's like, and everything. I was like, oh my god.
And then I had to walk in the room and say, guys, can we solve the problem? Like, stop yelling.
So I go to the room, I set it up, I choose the path, everything's great. We record, an hour 27 minutes go by, fucking the greatest show in the world. Kevin Spacey got beat up. Scarlett Johansson came by, it was amazing. She proposed to us, all of us, but we said no.
Yeah.
It was just one of those moments.
It's a little desperate,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, clearly she needs a new role in movies. And she's like, I'll do anything. I'm like, I'm a married man, Scarlett, I don't have that kind of power anymore. Anyways, we go over into the room. I just want to double check the footage. I see offline media. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Offline media. I'm like, oh, maybe it's just because it's on an external and I can't pull from it right away. I'll just go check the external. I don't see anything. And then I'm like, hey, Colin, do you usually have this issue with your externals? Like, no, you can clearly see it. Here's some of my projects that I have here and some pictures I take. I'm like, okay. He's like, why? I'm like, nothing there. It's gone. What happened? And then I literally stared at I stared at that fucking screen for like 2 minutes, just being like, what if I do this? Nothing. What if I do this? Nothing. And I'm just like, fuck me, I guess we're done. And like I had to come back in, and then Colin's like, oh, I'm sorry, man. Like, dude, it's not your fault. Like, what the fuck? For whatever reason, the goddamn Mac decided not to accept the hard drive as a source to put the videos in. Which I know this time it will, because I was able to create a folder, put it in my thing, like choose it directly, and like everything will be fine. And if it doesn't, I'm gonna hang myself out over the end of it. I'll go visit. Never mind. There's a joke there that I was gonna say, but I didn't want to.
Yeah, like I was wondering where you're going with that.
Is it about the Glee guy?
No. What? There's a Glee guy? What?
Yeah. Oh, it was that Glee guy who got caught with like 50,000 child pornography stuff, and he hanged
okay, yeah, we can
he
make
hanged
fun of
himself
him.
today.
Oh no, that's not okay. I didn't know.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna make. I thought you were going real dark there.
I'm okay with
even
making
know
fun
that.
of a pedo, not the.
I was gonna say I was gonna go visit a forest, but I didn't want to go there.
Going back to the Jake Paul. Thought we were gonna be able to go at
That's
Jake
terrible.
Logan.
That's why I didn't want to say
The
it.
thing is, Colin wasn't here. I told Nuno, we said, we're no more Logan and Jake Paul. He's not allowed to dab because of it. And then he comes in and says, you're the one. You're the one that fucking.
I thought he was going in the direction.
You're the one.
You said his name. That's why I was mad at you. But
Okay, sorry.
You know what?
Well, he also got the wrong Paul, and he said
Jake.
said Jake.
I don't care. I get them all fucking mixed up.
Nuno, you can get a dab in after this if you really want to.
I'll do it for the outro. I'll do it
Are
for
you
the
sure
outro.
you want to?
Dramatic
though?
exit, walking towards the camera,
No, because
do the
I
dab.
had the idea for the intro since I couldn't do the dab first to do like what was it? Jacob from Trailer Park Boys does. He goes, "Bam, Peter Bird,
yes.
jam." That's what he does. Like on the
Is
show.
that really better than a
That's
dab?
That was the dab from like
underrated trend
2007.
ever.
Yeah.
Canadians.
It's like, but like, I don't even want to do it. It's not even this motion that I think is that bad. It's the beep like that.
Bam.
What
Like
is that? Like that?
It's just a bam. It's like
It's just their thing.
it's just
they do.
bam, and then the dad in the show goes, "Peanut butter and jam."
I can tell Justin wants attention over there because he just stared at me that entire time while drinking his Pepto-Bismol.
No, it's just I was staring at you because like as Neil was talking about Trailer Park Boys, I've never watched an episode. I
Really?
had no interest in it at all.
Really?
So like doing this whole thing, I'm just like, I'm gone.
Yeah.
I'll
Like,
rather
I-
drink my
You
Pepto.
lost.
I don't
You
know.
lost interest as soon as I talked about Trailer Park Boys.
I mean, I haven't watched Trailer Park Boys that much.
It's actually
Either.
funny how it got like popular after season 7, and then it started like as a like now a Netflix series, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not even on TV anymore.
Yeah, it's still a great show.
I love it.
It's gotten a little weird once it got on Netflix, but it's
Yeah,
still a great
they-
show. It has
they
its
legit have
own
miniseries
comedy
now.
that's like, yep.
They
It's
have
actually-
like out of the park. Like there's Europe. That's like a season of Europe.
Yeah.
There's also USA. I'm
Yeah.
currently watching that right now.
Yeah, basically just take the Trailer Park Boys and put them in a van driving around other places.
Yeah, because they're part of a company called SwearNet, which is kind of like
Yep.
their YouTube channel.
And in one of the episodes, they have them meet themselves. Like they have the actors who play the Trailer Park Boys meeting the Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
episode was that?
Might have actually been one of the movies. I forget. They pump out so much content. It's crazy, and I always
Yeah.
lose track of
It's
it.
ridiculous.
It's great, though.
One
It kind
thing-
of reminds me also like The Office. That's why I kind of gone on to the show. Like I got drawn into the show pretty much because I kind of like those like mockumentary style
Yes.
shows. I've been dying to also watch like Parks and Recreation and Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah,
Those kind of
although those shows, they don't really follow that much of that formula.
No,
They don't really
but
do that much
it's
of that.
somewhat like that. That's why I kind of enjoy
Well,
it.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I think, kind of started like
Brooklyn
that.
Nine-Nine's not a mockumentary.
Yeah, like it kind of gives you
They-
that brief look of it when they're in
Yeah,
the precinct.
it gives you that impression pretty much.
But like they never talk to the camera. They never reference it. It's just it's literally just the world of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah,
So like
It's
there is no
yeah.
mockumentary in there unless they do an episode about mockumentaries, which I'm sure they must have at some point.
Okay, the thing I was trying to mention though, I kept literally like just coming in and then Nuno would just be like bring up a new show he loves and I would be like okay,
Are you
but
gonna bring up the Trailer Park Boys?
yeah, what did I say? Trailer I don't know. Trailer bar. One thing I saw a video on is it was on The Office where The Office the first 2 or 3 seasons it's pretty normal. It's just a normal office that's super awkward and progressively over time the characters just get turned into more of a characters and it gets weirder and weirder. And I found that a lot of shows do that. A lot of shows take the premise with their main characters being realistic and being like, just they're kooky, normal people, stuff like that. And then in the 6th season, they're stealing dolphins from the zoo or something like that. They're doing ridiculous things because it's what their character does. But it really, a lot of shows get away from the realism.
Well, it's because they have to, because like especially with a show that's been on for let's say at least 5 seasons, you get to the point where a human character starts being very boring.
Yep.
So you need to do something more extravagant. So then you start finding those little parts of that character that people thought were kooky, and you just crank it to 11.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it happens mostly with minor characters. For example, with Family Matters with Steve Urkel, because he started out actually as just like a regular neighbor. Like he wouldn't be able to come on like every episode, but now he's actually a major character in that.
Well,
show.
that's because people latched onto Urkel though. Like,
Exactly.
He became the thing about the show, because after a while, if there wasn't an episode past season 2 or whatever, there wasn't an episode of Family Matters that Urkel wasn't in it, where he wasn't the central focal point of the story.
Exactly.
It just became all about him.
And that would be the same for Bubbles and Trailer Park Boys, because he started out also as a minor character from seasons 1 and 2, but he got mostly now in season 3, like in every episode, and that it's just expanded from there.
That also reminds me of South Park with Randy Marsh.
Yeah.
Marsh
Oh,
is a
Randy
minor
Marsh,
character.
yeah.
And The Simpsons with every other townsperson in Springfield.
Yep.
It started out just being a Simpsons show, but now you get random episodes where this one's about Mo, this one's about Mrs. Krabappel, this one's about what's his face.
What's his
Well, the thing is with minor characters is almost every minor character has a gimmick. The one I'm thinking of right now is it's from the show Friends. I don't know if any of you guys watch Friends.
No.
Yeah, a lot of you wouldn't understand it, but there's this they have like a cranky neighbor who lives downstairs, and he has this thing where he claims he has something, and they're like, "You don't have something." He's like, "I could have something," and then at first he's just like this weird, just old guy, and then progressively through I think he dies on the 3rd season, but progressively through the first 2 seasons he just gets weirder and weirder because it's a funny moment where he's this old crazy gimmick guy, but then eventually steals their monkey, and but it just gets like nobody is like this at that point. You realize that, but then you realize also I'm watching a fucking TV show.
Well, it's like Senior Chan from.
I was literally just about to
from
say that.
Community, right? He was this wacky Asian dude who taught Spanish in Spanish class, and then once he lost his job, he started living in the vents, and Dan Harmon just
Then he goes full Scarface during the paintball game. And it's,
it wasn't even 211. He
That was
just
fucking
took
awesome.
Senior Chan and brought him to 35. He just fucking really went off the rails with that character. Same thing with the Dean.
Well,
Yeah.
But day 1 of Community was weird. Season 1 of Community, it ramps up from beginning to end, and the end of it, the climax of the season is fucking weird.
I feel like Community the creators of the show might have had the idea of how crazy it eventually got, but they kind of may have had to tone it down to sell the show.
Community is meta as fuck. If you look at Community is a commentary on TV itself.
For Christ's sakes, they have the bottleneck episode, literally. And Abed's like, are we having a bottleneck episode? Blah, 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 blah. Then Jeff, right?
Yeah, just
Jeff.
we're having a bottleneck episode.
And you just stay in the fucking room the entire episode. It's like, you literally just referenced something that TV shows do all the time, or the what if episode. Of what happens if when they go to the was it Thanksgiving?
Who was it who would go to get the pizza,
Yes.
leaving the other ones in the room?
Yes. All these crazy ass what if scenarios. And it's what the hell?
And it's just full of these tiny little references too. There's 3 times where they say the word Beetlejuice in it, and after the 3rd one, it's the Halloween episode, and you see Beetlejuice walking around in the background. After the 3rd time in the series when they say
Is it Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice?
Nope,
No.
just some dude in a Beetlejuice costume. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Or Luis Guzman. The fucking statue of Luis Guzman.
But that show is fucking like as good as it's written and like plotted and stuff. The performances in that show are amazing. Like just one of the weird ones you see really good acting is in that Luis Guzman episode when the dean becomes this crazed director and he goes from his really happy personality at the end he's like, "You listen to me, you son of a bitch. I'm making this film and if you don't want to be a part of it, then you get out the hell out of my office."
And then Jeff tries to get off the movie as much as he can and become an
And
asshole.
then he turns into the demon and gets super method.
And then there's Chang. He has to be like the understudy for Jeff, and he's like, I have to wear a ball cap under my Jeff wig. Then I have to wear a ball cap over that to play the dean. I'm literally dying of this joke.
Oh my god! But yeah, I don't know how did
It was the
start?
craziness. The shows ramp up through craziness.
Yeah, that's what it was. And like, so my last example for that would be again, just because I'm a big fan of it in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You have the character Angel. By like season 1, everyone loved the character. By season 2, he was the villain. They kill him. Season 3, they bring him right back, and then he leaves in season 3 to start his own show, Angel, which then like spawns which was way better than Buffy. That's my opinion.
A lot of people think that, though.
That's because David Boreanaz is a dreamboat.
Okay.
The man never ages. That's all. I just wanted to say that.
I actually have a fun
You just had to
fact
fit in the
for
name
Breaking
Boreanaz.
Bad. Actually, they had originally the idea was to have Jesse Pinkman killed in the first season, but
Yep.
fans really enjoyed the character, and even the director liked the character too, so
Yep.
they decided to keep him.
Yeah. Well, Aaron Paul did an amazing job with
Oh,
the Jesse character, right?
he's phenomenal. Actually.
Same with Parks and Rec. Not with killing, but Chris Pratt's character was brought in to be disliked by everybody, and then eventually out of the show by season 1. But he is just so funny in that show that everybody loves him. And he just came off as lovable when he was supposed to come off as annoying. So then the reception, you're like, you got to keep him in the show. Then after that, you know?
See, I never watched the show, but there was a point where he was a chunky dude, and he constantly refers to it. And then didn't he get buff in Parks and Rec? And then do they make a reference to that?
They do make a reference to it. He doesn't get buff because he was always chubby, and then he goes back and he's like still jacked.
Yeah.
And they're walking down a set of stairs one day, and he says something along the lines of, "Man, you look really good. What are you doing?" It's like, "Oh, I just stopped drinking beer." It's like, I lost 20 pounds in the past 3 months. How much beer were you drinking? Probably too much.
Man, wasn't that show also on its last leg for the first season?
Yeah.
Like people were like, "We don't think this show's gonna last."
Yeah, and then they gave it
yeah.
another shot, and then season 2 was great.
Because apparently they totally flipped like the format of the show, right?
They were planning on having it being a direct spin-off to The Office.
Really?
And that's why they cast Rashida Jones, I think her
Okay.
name is, to be that character, but then they ended up retooling it and making her a different character. So it's supposed to be a lot closer to The Office.
Which also explains why, like in the first season, it's very mockumentary style.
Yes.
Okay, I get
Because
that.
it's supposed to be the same idea of like, a boss that's bugging everybody and everybody but then they slowly did their own thing where it was like everybody was a little weird and annoying to each other.
Yeah.
But in itself, it created these different dynamics instead of following the major dynamic that The Office had.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a really effective thing when they do that, when they are capable of utilizing an ensemble cast like that, because it allows everyone, because they're just off in their own little way, they can be each other's straight man in different situations. So other people are normal in some ways, and then the other characters are being wacky. Then they go to another situation where the wacky characters becomes kind of normal one, and all the other characters become the wacky ones.
Can't you see that we're in this program of television and film?
I know, but like weirdly, it's like we're not even talking about the technical parts. We're
Yeah.
talking all like the theoretical,
Hey.
not theoretical, but
No, technically, that would be.
Would it be
considered
theoretical?
Yeah, that would be the theory.
talking about like more of the artistic.
Yeah,
idea
that would
of
be.
it.
See, that's how they get away when they call these stuff like television broadcast and film theory. That's how they
Yeah.
get away with it, because like if you say art, people are like, you're just a bunch of little what are the beret wearing fucking like little cigar smoking pieces of shit. When in reality, if you call it theory, it's like, ooh, you got a fucking time, you got a little stethoscope thing.
You know your shit.
Yeah, you got a clipboard and shit. You sound smart. That's how they get away with it.
I mean, I've always been more on the theory side, though. Like, I've always been, like, a lot more, I guess, I don't know, like, when it comes to direction, when I've been looking at making stuff or creating anything like that, my personal style has been a lot more story and
Yeah.
feeling and emotion based rather than, this shot. Well, I do really like setting up shots and framing and stuff, but a lot less of like the technical side of direction.
See, and for me, the way that one of the classes that just passed Monday, what's her name? Michelle.
Yes.
Yeah, Shipley, one of our professors. She was talking about like, hey, when you write a script, like, don't worry about putting your shots into the script, and like, cause like you don't need to do that. You can do that for your shot list. But the way that I write my scripts is because I visually see it and I know what shot I think is gonna look best, and it helps convey with the story. Like there was one of the scripts that I wrote just for fun called Enlightenment. I'm not gonna get too much into the details, but I had to focus on something. We'll say like the character was Lib, and Lib would say something, and then he would start like going like.
Yeah, that was a real creepy part that you put in for me.
So, but instead of just having it like on his face, I had it written in the script like extreme close up on Lib's mouth. So it'd just be like this shot of right here, just him going. Because like it's not like see how you're laughing, right? To me, I'm like that's like I need to write that down because if I just write Lib does lip noises, but if I write extreme close up, then you see it as I'm writing it. What I'm trying to get.
I'm kind of like that too, actually, when it comes to writing stuff. Like, just whenever I see stuff like that happen, like environment-wise, like whatever I see, I kind of visualize. I'm like, okay, this is how I want to shoot it. And whenever I see a topic like online and stuff, like it gets me like even a greater idea.
Yeah.
It's that instinct that you have whenever you see something and you're like, okay, this comes up with like you'll come up with an idea from that.
Yeah.
That's one thing I noticed when I read movie scripts, because I read movie scripts because I'm a movie nerd. I download them and read them all.
I was about to when you were saying that, I was about to go nerd, and then you called yourself a nerd, and I was like, damn
I
it.
took that power from you. I did that.
It's my word. I'm taking it back.
But I will notice that difference, because if a director writes his own movies, someone like Quentin Tarantino or Edgar Wright, they do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They write all that direction in there. But there's some movie scripts that are either spec scripts that screenwriters try and sell, someone like Aaron Sorkin.
Yeah.
They don't. They purposefully not do that.
Well,
so to allow a director or someone reading it who will make it.
Because the way that they're writing it in that sense is like that's not to say that I'm just selling it, but it's like I'm going to let another person take their vision and write it up versus like you said, like an Edgar Wright or Quentin Tarantino. They know what they want. They're writing this not for someone else to direct. They're doing it themselves, so they know exactly how they want everything to be set up.
Exactly.
Yeah. See, that's something that I'm gonna have to let go with. Like I'm going to have to start realizing that I'm not always going to be shooting what I want to, like, not to say I don't want to do someone else's work, but I'm not always going to be shooting my work.
Yeah.
So, and just like how I'm going to have to share my ideas with someone else, I'm going to have to remove some of those things. If I think it's crucial, you can put it in there if you want. Like this, I think this will be the, like, make it or break it for my script. That's fine.
Yeah, you already saw how hard that was for me when I was working on Raimi's thing.
Oh my God. So Raimi's project made me laugh so much. Because like I'm setting up audio, whatever. I'm getting the boom in check and stuff, and then Liv would just be like, "Hey, what do you think about the shot?" She's like, "Okay, cool," and then she would adjust, and he's like, "You don't think it's a little bit too much headroom, Raimi?"
And then she'd be like, "Yeah, I like it this way," and I'd be like, "Okay, you're the director." I'd be like, "But," and then just be like, just would be like, "Liv, she's directing." I'm like, "Yeah, okay."
Which made me laugh good, and look.
But it's not even because it was like bad or anything. It's just my style.
Yeah.
I mean, even like I set up the cameras
Yeah.
here a lot. I like not space. I
Well,
like full body.
Yeah. So it's the example of like, so look, and I'm in the same boat as you. Like I don't want a lot of headspace. So when Raimi did hers, let's just say this is like a normal amount of headspace above the head. With Raimi, it was like,
I don't know. It wasn't that high. I don't know. I didn't see it in the end, but I don't think it was that high.
at least that's my perception of it. Because like especially with you, you're like, are you sure about this?
But it was like it wasn't like it was like a big movement. Like she grabbed and pulled the thing down. It was more like a slight movement.
Yeah.
Like my slight tick went off when my perfect shot was changed.
When my masterpiece was ruined.
That's why I'm the same. I have a tough time taking my own artistic intent out of somebody else's.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, you could be looking at this backwards ass shot that looks terrible, and then it comes out of the editing room and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it just works.
I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast, but like one of the examples for that I always say is with Tom Hardy when he was on the set of Mad Max.
Yep.
He said like, "Oh my God, George Miller! Like I don't understand what he's doing. Like this doesn't make any sense. I think he's a terrible director." out comes the movie. He sees it. And then he's like, I've made the biggest mistake. Like, I can't believe I've said this about it. Like, George Miller is a genius. And like, literally, sometimes shooting it doesn't equate to what you're going to see for the final product.
Well, Mark Hamill did the same thing with Last Jedi.
I mean, Mark Hamill backpedaled a lot for The Last Jedi.
But he came out and said he's like he didn't like where the story was going. He thought it was bad, didn't make sense, and then it came out and he was like, I was wrong. It was good. But yeah, he did a lot of backpedaling when Disney was like, Mark,
you
listen to us.
Jedi mouth. Yeah. Do you want a job? Do you want to be on the? Do you want a toy? You shut the fuck up.
Mickey Mouse kicks the door open. Oh, you gotta fuck up now.
Oh, bitch! What's all this about? Yeah. It just comes out like a dual lightsaber.
He pulls out a real lightsaber. Though he's like, I said Disney, we got these fuckers.
I'll show you a real dark side. Ha
Mickey is real
No,
fucking
Neil,
sick,
bitch.
man.
Ha
And that's what he's like, nah, man, the movie was good. They love Mickey Mouse so much, buy his toys.
It's like Mark's crying on camera.
Go to Disneyland.
Silently singing Steamboat Willie to himself.
Holy shit.
I
Okay.
like the Sith Lord Mickey theory. I think it holds up.
Oh, we're not getting
Lord
into
Jar Jar.
We're not getting into that. But I want to mention very quickly. Did you guys see the new Wasp Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer that came out? I think today.
No.
I did not.
Yeah, it came out and it looks pretty damn good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I was like, I didn't mind the first one. First one was okay. It was a nice little twist. I would have preferred if Edgar Wright would have directed it.
Wait, but he might have.
He was supposed to originally.
Yep. He wrote the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
because
I can tell the whole scene with
Wait. Let me see. I want to see if it's the same one that I'm thinking.
It's with the Spanish actor with like where he's like telling the story. That is super Edgar
Yeah,
Wright.
with the
it
cuts and the whoosh.
Yeah, and he's like, and I was like,
Yeah.
as he's talking, the characters themselves are talking.
Yeah.
That's super Edgar Wright.
But apparently he wanted to do like pretty much the entire movie like that.
But
Marvel was just like, this doesn't look like
Make it
any
look-
of our other
Yeah.
movies.
Make it worse. That's
Well,
what they said.
this is what makes me laugh with that. So they're like, no, Edgar, this is too funny. You can't do this. Like, we got to be serious. We're Marvel. Motherfucking 5 years later, what does Marvel do now? Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fucking jokes galore, and it works because it's fucking amazing. Edgar Wright could have started something, but they're like, no, we're gonna let the Kiwi take care of this 5 years from now. Like, you fucking maniacs, you dropped the ball.
Oh, it's the same director for
Is it
Ant-Man.
Mangold?
No, Peyton Reed.
Oh yeah, Peyton Reed.
He did New Girl, which I love. Just pointing that out. He directed the TV show New Girl.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like the first, like I said, the first Ant-Man was okay. It felt very, very generic, like Marvel movie.
Yeah, I get that. The villain was kind of weak in it.
Oh, the villain was hella weak.
Well, because it's the same villain in every goddamn fucking movie, which is like with every Marvel or superhero movie, which is always, here's your hero. Well, here's the exact same, but
Color
bad guy.
swap. Color swap.
Yeah, just color swap. Oh, he's red. Let's make him yellow.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on, man. That's why, like, I'm happy when the original Spider-Man came out, the Sam Raimi one. They didn't do, okay, here's Spider-Man. Well, here's Venom right away. You know what I mean? Here's the Green Goblin. Here's Doc Ock, like, what an amazing character. Here's Sandman, a very good character. And here's emo tap dancing Venom.
And then don't forget New Goblin.
Well, even Venom as like an actual character itself isn't color swapped. Spider-Man, he's this really weird, super jacked alien spider. He's barely a spider related.
No.
He's called Venom.
Yeah.
It's just not even like a spider name. He's just kind of got the logo.
Yeah,
So-
the only reason he has is because Eddie Brock had an obsession with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So then when the symbiote kind of took over, probes the mind and finds ways. If anything, the fucking symbiote could have. This is just a theory, a game theory. But it could have been like one of those moments of like a best way to piss off Eddie Brock even more while in control. Slap the fucking Spider-Man, like that spider logo on him, right?
Yeah.
So it's a constant enrager, which is always going to make him have no control over the symbiote.
I'm curious on how they're going to do that Tom Hardy Venom movie. Like,
Especially-
without him having Spider-Man in the
Yeah,
plot.
without because they're like, well, it's kind of in the realm of Spider-Man, kind of not. It's like, what does that mean?
Is it in the
What-
MCU or
he's
not?
a
It's
complex
just,
character. Like he has some really cool storylines between him and the symbiote trying to take his mind.
Yeah, but the thing, that's the thing. Like you need, no matter what, you need Spider-Man in the Venom movie. Or like at least explain, because there would be no Venom without Spider-Man.
I don't know how they're gonna put like the characters. I mean, they're not gonna put Carnage obviously right away.
That's isn't that the villain in the Venom movie?
Is it?
I have no
I'm
idea.
pumped. If it is, I'm pumped because I
have
love
no idea.
Carnage. Carnage
Because
would have
what
a
else?
really
What
cool-
else do you fight? What could Venom possibly fight other than
unless
Spider-Man
he can fight like police officers. He can fight like pretty much regular civilians.
Wait, are they?
Yeah, but then
dropping him in
who
as
would
an
stop
anti-
Venom?
Exactly, like nobody.
But then, but I mean, in a story arc, you can't have a movie
Yeah.
where the Venom's just like, I'm gonna wreck house for the next 2 hours, and
There's no story at all. He's just
Yeah.
kicking ass, and then Tom Hardy takes off his mask, through the camera, says "fuck you," and then the movie ends.
yeah, like you need a way to end the story. So you would need, but the dumbest way they would do this would be somehow not even dumb. This could work, and this is now my idea. If it's not Carnage, who's the villain? You take like Dr. Connors, who studied the symbiote somehow, figured out, oh, it's the sound waves that hurt him. This is how we defeat fucking Venom. You could do that.
That could be a possibility.
But then in the Marvel fashion, if you have your villain, he's gonna die. Because villains always die in Marvel
Exactly.
movies.
I'm on board with you now with like the whole. The more I think about it, Spider-Man is kind of all of Venom. You know, like you gotta introduce Venom in a Spider-Man movie first, and then let him get his solo
I
movie.
wonder though if they're gonna do like the new Spider-Man, like if they were to do like the backstory first before Venom becomes Venom, like if they have like the new Spider-Man now, and
They
as
better.
like, he would be like the symbiote, the black symbiote Spider-Man, and then he like obviously gets it off by the bell, and then Eddie Brock just walks into like a random church or somewhere out of nowhere, and then becomes Venom. And if after that, like it doesn't get mentioned after that, it's kind of like with Suicide Squad when they had the Batman at first, and then after that, I'm sorry. I just
Give me
realized
camera
that
two.
now. I'm
Give me
sorry.
camera two. Give me camera two. Give me camera two. Fuck you, David Ayers. Thank you. Thank you.
Is that all you wanted?
That's all I have to
I'm
say.
sorry.
Go back to your point there, Nuno.
Anyways, yeah, so they kind of take like what they did for Suicide Squad into that. That's kind of a way they could introduce it. And if they were to do Carnage like as the main villain, that would be really good too.
Look, all right, here it is. Here's how you're gonna start off. I kind of like where you're going, but not in that sense. You could literally have the movie start, rainy, storming. You have Spider-Man up at the bell tower, freaking out, ripping off the Venom suit. Okay?
They're not going to do that.
I'm just saying, like, here's how I would start it off. If you didn't want Spider-Man to be the main focus in a Venom movie, you have that moment, and you have Eddie Brock in the church talking about what's going on, freaking the fuck out, like, oh, I'm gonna kill myself because all everything's all Spider-Man's fault, blah 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 blah. Well, that's.
I know. I just really love. I'm gonna kill myself. It's Spider-Man's fault.
Look,
He did this.
he blames Spider-Man.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
It's just funny.
So like, and then the symbiote comes out and takes over, and then right before like the reveal of Venom fully taking over Eddie Brock, you can then do a flashback of like 16 hours before, or like do a quick retrospective of Eddie's life of like for the next 20 to 30 minutes, showing Eddie at the job, showing how he lost a job, how he has cancer, how his wife left him, and all these things. Then go back to that moment where he becomes Venom, and then have another 45 minutes of just Venom freaking the fuck out, and then somehow find a way to end it.
Yeah, I know they're not going to do the Spider-Man symbiote thing.
Yeah.
Because Marvel wants so badly not to be tied together with. They don't even care. They don't even care about the Amazing Spider-Man series because I think everyone's forgot about that. But the OG Spider-Mans, and they don't want. They're going to double down and do the symbiote story, but it's not going to be coming out before the Venom movie. So they're not going to devote enough time for it, so they're just not going to try it all. It's going to be, the symbiote is going to, I wish they did the Agent Venom storyline, which is way cooler and can be done on its
with
own.
Flash Gordon and stuff.
Yeah, but they're not going to because nobody knows that storyline except for like, do you know the storyline at all? No. Okay, I'm going to explain it really cool. Flash Gordon is inspired by Spider-Man because he's a hero and stuff. So he goes to Iraq to fight in like the war that was going on, whatever. And at that war, he loses his legs. Like legs get blown off by explosions or something. So then the military's like, well, we have this secret symbiote thing. If you want to try it, and then he's like, I want to serve my country. I'll try it. So he gets like the Venom-based powers, but not enough symbiote to take over his mind. So he's like this soldier now, this like Venom soldier who like goes and like does secret missions and shit. It's like, it's DC had a similar one with Agent Grayson.
Yeah.
But it's like the whole, they just turned Venom into a straight up hero.
Yeah.
Basically, and then changed the host.
Yeah,
to
not
Flash
even
Gordon.
not even an anti-hero, just a straight up hero.
Yeah, and then the symbiote would be like, I'm taking you over, Flash Gordon. Flash Gordon would be like, fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm awesome. I'm a hero.
Then the reason why Flash Gordon even has all these morals because he wanted to be like Spider-Man, but
Yeah.
since he didn't have the abilities, his next best thing was I'm going to listen to the army. Like I'm going to do Spider-Man, my country proud, blah blah blah. So that's when the symbiote tries to take over. He has like that strong belief that like I can't let Spider-Man down, and that's why he's able to beat the small portion of the symbiote that he has.
It's like one of the first parts of the comic book too. He like flips a tank. Once he gets the Venom powers, he like flips a tank off like soldiers and shit.
Yeah.
And then everyone on the other side's like, "Oh fuck, that dude just flipped a tank."
Yeah. Also, so this is from June 21st, 2017. I'm just reading the quick headline. The Venom movie will feature Carnage as its villain.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I love Carnage.
But like that's such a speed line because Carnage only exists because Venom's like, I want more of me. Yeah, and he splits himself.
Yeah, that is right. Sometimes comic books are so dumb. I want more.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much what it is. It's like the more aggressive side of Venom. Okay, so I'm probably gonna get this all wrong, but the aggressive side of Venom is getting really pissed off and tired that at the time I think it was with Eddie Brock couldn't control him the way that he wanted to anymore. Eddie was getting more and more control, and he was becoming more of a hero.
Yes.
And I think they split. And if not, this is a brilliant storyline. Which motherfuckers, you have all the rights to do it and rewrite history and give me all the credit for it. But then like the more aggressive side, just because he can't control, splits off like a split personality, and then finds himself Cassidy.
Cletus Cassidy.
Cletus Cassidy.
Cletus Cassidy.
I got too much phlegm in my mouth. So Cletus goes and then finds him, and then that aggressive side bonds with Cletus and then fucking loses its mind.
Well, Cletus Cassidy's a serial killer.
Yeah, he is.
So
Yeah.
it's like the symbiote this time is like, I'm not gonna find somebody with fucked up morals. I'm just gonna get a murderer.
Yeah.
And then they get my powers.
Does it say who was playing Cletus Cassidy in this?
No, I'm not even going to go any further than that. No, because again, this is from June 21st, so who knows?
Okay. And here's the thing, though. Like if Spider-Man 3 didn't fail, they would have originally made Spider-Man 4, which would have not only featured Carnage, but also Lizard as well.
Holy
and
shit.
the actor that was supposed to play Carnage actually was Jim Carrey.
No.
No.
Yeah, that's what it said
Please
online.
no.
What?
I'm
Yeah.
out. That's the
Somebody
dumbest-
stop.
That's what I said online. I read it. It was
I
a
know.
long time
I'm
ago.
not saying what you're saying isn't true. You know,
call
I'm
it-
saying it's fucking retarded.
Colin, that
Well,
was
I mean,
my
I
Jared
could
Leto
see that,
impression.
because
By
I
the
saw
way.
him in the number 23, and he played like also not only like an animal control person, but a sadistic killer. But that was in his mind. But
No.
he's kind of believable for like being sadistic. So
Jim Carrey's too much of a now by far now
Yeah.
even because he's too much of like a little huggable bear. If you look at him now, have you looked at Jim Carrey?
Yeah,
lately
he's a
yet?
psychopath.
What? He's
No,
adorable.
He's just woken. Like
He's adorable. He's
Not-
got like a
he is-
big old beard.
Have you heard any of his interviews?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Is he crazy?
He's not Jim Carrey anymore. He is the
a little
vessel
bit.
known as Jim Carrey, but he is not really there anymore. He is just energy sent from the universe to portray himself as Jim Carrey.
I know what you meant by
he's
that.
got a
Though. Like,
little
he was
bit.
playing like what everyone expected Jim Carrey to be, like this famous actor, and that's what because he sees himself as that. That's what he was getting at with that. But yeah, he's just a normal like.
God damn it, Cole!
What are you doing? Oh,
trying to
you're-
get the-
oh,
he's trying to
you're
get the
playing-
one.
oh, okay.
Camera one, please,
I know
Cole.
what you're doing now. Okay, but yeah,
That's too late now, Cole!
you ruined it. You ruined his vision. But no, like he sees himself now as a normal person instead of playing a different guy because that's what he expected everyone like to see him as, or he expected everyone to, like expect him to be. That's
He very
weird.
creepily also hit on Emma Stone via Twitter.
Yeah, that was weird. That was
Yeah.
really hella weird.
Yeah.
There's-
He's getting a little less.
Did you
huggable
watch
every day.
that video? That was fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't watch any of it.
this is old now. This is probably 6 years old now, probably,
Yeah.
or even longer.
Jim Carrey, Emma Stone, Twitter.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Jim
fucked
Carrey
up.
made this video like confessing his love to Emma Stone.
Oh,
And
I
she
remember
was like
that.
19.
Yeah. Yeah, she was still very young, so it's
Yeah.
like, dude, you're 40. What are you doing?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
Jim
was he
Carrey.
saying like how much he's in love with her, or like?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Emma Stone or Emma Watson?
Emma Stone.
Stone.
Should be Emma Stone.
Oh, it is Emma Stone.
Yeah.
Someone put, for some reason, Emma Watson came up. Creepy message to Emma Stone. I'm gonna just listen to this real quick. If you guys want to talk about whatever.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
I want to hear it now.
A little bit. All right. Well, anyways, to get off the creep fest, okay. Something that it's okay. So just to explain, people might be wondering why I have this, which is Pepto-Bismol. It's one of the reasons why I was not here today during class time. Yeah. So I think it might be because of independent grocer. I don't know, but I had some food from there, and everything was fine until late last night around 1 in the morning when I was trying to go to bed, and I guess started going some rumbles in the tummy, and then it wasn't really good. So I tried to go to the washroom, doesn't work. I come back, and this became a cycle all night. So I didn't sleep, and then finally at 7:30 in the morning, my body woke up, and on the fun sense. I was then stuck on the goddamn toilet for a very long. I don't want to go into gross details, but the reason why I wasn't able to come to class was because I visited the bathroom 12 times since 7:30 till about an hour before I showed up here,
Oh God.
and this is what saved me. It was Pepto-Bismol because now everything's just rock hard down there.
I'm not even grossed out by that. I'm grossed out by that.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah. So weird. And then he just goes in detail and he's like, we could go camping and be a family. And it's like the voice he's using.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he could be a murderer. I can see it.
I like to think that he's doing it as a joke.
No,
Everything
No.
no, he
That
said
was
it very
not a-
serious. He was serious.
He refuses to talk about it in interviews.
Yeah.
Like if you have
You
an
know, I
interview
think
with
our
Jim Carrey,
idol
that's one
has
of the
been
things he
torn down
won't talk
today.
I mean,
The thing is, in an interview, he said that the role that caused him the most stress and diluted his brain the most was the Grinch. He said
Really?
playing the
Yeah.
Grinch was one of the hardest roles he had to do.
Yep. Because they had to go through so much makeup.
I
and
guess,
shit
yeah, I
to
guess.
And
do
he's like,
that.
he started
there.
to turn into the Grinch.
I would've-
When he had the makeup on, he wasn't Jim Carrey anymore. He was the Grinch.
No,
And I
no.
mean, I always think that's the most pretentious way to act, but
I think you were thinking of Man on the Moon actually, because that's like there's a documentary on this. Jim and Andy.
Yeah, no, but
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the thing is Jim Carrey is a method actor.
Yeah, but
So he became the
he
Grinch.
went way deep. Like he went like way deep in Man on the Moon. Like he
what was
like,
Man in the Moon?
It was basically like a. Do you guys know Andy Kaufman, the comedian? It was like a biopic of him,
You should know him. It was before your time.
and
Well, it sounds familiar.
like he literally thought he was Andy Kaufman. Like he would actually act out as Andy Kaufman behind the scenes. It's on Netflix.
Andy
It's
Kaufman
called-
was like one of the first real meta stand-up comedians. Like he would have
Yeah.
characters that he would go up as. He would perform as different characters, and he would go like do professional
Oh,
wrestling
this guy.
as these characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him.
Like,
Yeah.
And it got to the point where it was infuriating everyone around him, like talk show hosts who wanted to interview him, but he went on as like a random character.
Yeah.
He wouldn't talk about anything he did.
Yeah, he would talk about that character's success or that character's life, never Andy Kaufman himself. Yeah, it was got weird. But it's speaking of weird. This is how I'm gonna have to segue to this. I want to know. When I was young, I did some stupid things, and I wanted to know. And I will share my stories because I have no problem with it. Actually, we'll do two things. We'll talk about that, and we'll talk about something else. But I want to know what is your dumbest injury that you've ever had.
dumbest injury.
Yeah, and I have two of those.
I've never really been injured that much. to be
No?
honest. I've been injured once, and it wasn't dumb. It was like just a sports injury, and it was brutal.
Okay, well that doesn't count then.
Yeah. I guess dumbest would have been. I don't consider it to be dumb because I was a kid.
Okay.
But when I was 4, I was leaning on a chair, so it was like a rolly chair, but I was like talking to somebody back here, so I was leaning like this, and then the chair went down, and I
Yeah.
bit right through my tongue.
Oh!
2 front teeth, right through, clean.
God, you were McFoley.
Damn.
I got a. If you guys want to see it, I got a scar on my tongue still.
Oh shit, I see that. Yeah.
Jesus
it?
Christ,
Whoa.
dude.
Oh, is it the white like right? On the right?
There's like a
Oh,
line.
bro.
No, there should be like a line.
Yeah,
like,
line right in the middle of his tongue.
Jeez.
Yep.
That's weird.
That was
God
really-
damn.
Yeah, and then
Interesting.
you can't freeze a tongue. Well, like the way it worked is they couldn't put anesthesia on my tongue itself, so I had to get my tongue stitched without any sort of pain help, and
Damn.
I couldn't get knocked out for it because I had to keep my mouth open. So I was awake, getting my tongue stitched, like looking at all the
Yeah.
surgery going around me. I was 4.
So you were panicking.
I wasn't like freaking out crying though. I had like tears running down my face. My mom said it was brave as fuck that I wasn't freaking out when I was
Yeah.
getting my tongue stitched.
Wow.
Maybe because you didn't feel the pain.
I didn't. It wasn't painful. It's more the idea of somebody having a pin in
Yeah.
my mouth and like
through your
6 doctors around me staring at me when I was a child. It was yeah.
So
was,
did it hurt when the teeth punctured through the tongue?
I mean, it's hard to remember because I was so
Yeah.
young, but I got a feeling it did when I bit through my tongue. Like, yeah, that's probably. I don't even consider it dumb though because I was so young.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably. Honestly, it sounds worse than it actually was. Like, it was obviously not good,
Yeah.
but I mean, I've recovered fine and like my tongue works fine and stuff. So
My tongue works fine. Ladies, my tongue works fine.
hey,
Why don't you look at the camera and just say that?
there's only one lady out there that needs to know that.
And Haley doesn't give a shit.
Love you, babe. She doesn't watch this. she don't care.
Wait, so all right, so that's not. I'll give you a dumb one. So I was young, don't know the age anymore. You can maybe see it. My hair's grown out now, so but there's like a bit of a parting in my hair. I think it's on this side. There's little like gaps missing.
I can
Okay.
yeah, I can see one.
So that's me balding, you asshole.
Oh yeah, this guy I got it right here.
And it's really spreading throughout the years. But so no, it's I was young, and do you guys know what icebreakers are? So basically it's a stick with a flat blade at the end, and you can literally hit the ice to split it
Oh,
up,
yeah, I've
and like you can move it around and stuff. I was a dumb kid, and I was outside by myself. I was breaking the ice because whatever, I was bored, and then after I got bored from doing that, I would grab the thing and I would throw it in the air. I would grab it.
Oh no.
You're
So-
fucking, that's a,
Oh my
So I would
Dumbass
grab it.
kid.
I would throw it in the air. And, you know, like I always made sure I wasn't near it because I wanted to see if I could flip it and then like smash it into the ground, still standing up. I was doing that for a little bit, whatever, and then my grandma calls me. And she's like in French, like, "Hey, come in for lunch or supper, whatever it was." I'm like, she calls me like, "Did you stand?" I'm like, "What?" I throw it,
Oh.
and look, this thing. So the stick itself is probably the length of my leg.
Oh no.
And the blade is probably, about the length of Marty here.
Oh no.
It's one Marty McFly.
Yeah,
Oh
it is
my
one
God.
whole Marty McFly.
Jesus Christ.
So, I throw it in the air. I go, huh? She talks. It comes back perfectly blade down. Hits me in the head. And I shit you not, stays there for a second, like, and then falls over. So it parted the skin on my head. Didn't fracture the skull, thankfully, but parted it enough to give me that little scar thing, like little missing hair here now, and blood started dripping down.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I really wish like your grandma would have like came out to call you in. So she goes, just in, and then you go, oh, grandma.
Okay, pause. What do you think French people sound like?
Oh, grandma.
No, Justine.
Justine.
Grandma.
So dramatic. As
Everything in
Grandma.
French is super dramatic.
Oh my god.
So, what was the surgery like?
No surgery. No one spoke of
Band-Aided
it. Nothing. It just, that's why there's like
It
a little
just
bit.
healed.
Yeah, it just healed. I was
God.
young and dumb and I healed fast, so I was okay. So that would be like a dumb injury.
Yeah,
I got
what-
another one after
What
that.
about you guys?
Literally, my injury, like I don't really have a lot of injuries. The closest I got to an injury was just like an hour ago with tripping over with one of the stands.
Gee, really? Never broke
Yeah, I tripped
anything?
over, like I never like fractured a bone or anything like that. I've gotten hurt, but like I've never like broken anything. But before actually, I had like a really bad pain in my wrist, and I thought it was like a broken arm, but it was just like carpal tunnel. So what I did was I grabbed
It was
like
just carpal tunnel.
I was jerking it too hard, guys. The doctor's
No,
not calm down.
I was in grade 4.
That doesn't mean anything.
I wasn't jerking off at grade 4.
Jesus,
Then
let's
you were
stop
living your
talking
life in
about-
grade
that's
4.
No,
You're
I
into
was
some
living.
spacey territory.
I literally grabbed like a
Smooth us
rag
along,
and just like
please.
started like wrapping it around my wrist. It was probably because I was gaming too much. I was going like this more often than I should.
See, my wrist
Oh, you're
doesn't get
funny.
sore.
I was going like this. I was using the control like this.
Whoa.
See,
Yeah,
I
get
get, my
Nuno
pain's
over
all
here.
in my bicep when I do it too much.
Well, no, I got a bruise like right on my ankle. You can't see it.
Are you like? Is that what you're doing?
I know what I like, Justin. That's all I gotta say.
All right, I think that's the title for this week's.
I know what I
week's
like.
podcast. Yeah,
I know what I like, Justin. You gotta keep it Justin in there. All right, Colin.
What about you, buddy?
Well, none of them are masturbation related.
Move on then. We don't even.
Oh
need
no,
it.
I can't.
I don't really have any like dumb injuries.
No?
Dumb times when something stupid I've done
Okay,
led
what
to me
about-
injuring myself. One time I was playing hockey, I got cross-checked from behind, and I landed on my arm like this. Broke my arm like that, but I don't think that was very dumb on my part.
No, that's a sports injury. That
Maybe
shit
not
happens.
dumbest, but like worst. Well,
That was
I got another dumb one then.
Oh,
For you guys.
wait, was it like sorry, just did you land on your arm and then it like hurt, but then you got up and your arm was like this? And you're like,
Just like flip
No,
Oh,
I
fuck.
landed and I knew something was very wrong.
Oh.
See, that was
I knew
the
it was
opposite.
like landing. Oh no, this is not right.
That was the
But, my
opposite of
arm is
mine.
not- yeah.
Like when I broke my leg, I was playing basketball. I went to take a charge. I got hit.
Yeah.
I fell down on my leg, and just from my perspective, I fell down on my leg. It kind of hurt, and I was like, I think I twisted it. I think I sprained it, something like that. So I didn't go to the hospital. I just iced it and stuff like that. And then one day I woke up, my leg was blue, and I was like, hey Dad. He's like, yeah. I'm like, my foot's blue, and he's like,
Abu Dhabi
okay.
die.
And my mom's like, Liberty, you're going to the hospital. And I was like, okay, Mom. And then, find out, broken leg, tore a bunch of tendons and stuff. Ooh. And then the doctor's like, how come you didn't come to the hospital? I was like, well, to be honest, I wasn't even in that much pain. He's like, you're crazy. So it turns out I have like an insanely high pain tolerance for like high pain. I don't feel a lot. Like mid-level stuff, I'm normal.
Yeah.
But high pain, I really don't feel that much.
That explains the stitch then. Like, when you're
Next
not
week
feeling
on the SSN Podcast.
I'm like, my legs are getting the beat. I don't even feel it.
Testing
Anyway,
Liberty's
sorry,
pain
Justin.
tolerance.
What's your?
Well,
what's
now that
your
I thought
last
about it, I have two other dumb injuries. So the first one, I was probably in my teens. Yeah, I was in my teens, and I was going to go to bed for whatever reason. I was tired. I was a tired little boy, and I was going to bed. And then maybe about 30, 40 minutes later, my brother comes rushing into my room, busts the door open, and starts flicking on and off the light, like saying something like Justin. I'm like, so I'm getting him like, what the fuck's happening? So I'm getting blinded, right? Like fucking flashbang, pretty much. And he's like, come downstairs. And he shuts the light off, so it's black. So I get up, I'm like, what? And I'm walking forward, and I don't have my hands up because I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. And then I go, ugh. I'm like, ugh. I hit the wall. Like, whatever, that's weird, whatever. I open the door. I go downstairs. I'm like, what? Like, what do you want? And then my brother's like, are you okay? I'm like, what? He's like, go check the mirror. And he's like, you don't feel that? I'm like, no. I go to the mirror. So the wall that I hit wasn't the wall. It was the corner of my closet. That drywall closet with the metal trimming. Oh. So I look in the mirror, and there's a scar still here, and it was my skin here peeled off and was dangling, and the side of my face from here was was just drenched in blood.
Oh,
So, and he's like, I'm like, holy shit. He's like, are you like you don't feel that? I'm like, nope. And he's like, I'm like, yeah, go get go get mom. Like I need to figure, we need to see what's going to happen. So like he goes and tries to wake her up. She's like, what do you want? Da 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 da. Because my mom's like, she's a very loud mouth lady. Who would have thunk it? With me being her kid, I just didn't feel it. So she comes downstairs and she sees that. And she's like, Jesus Christ! And I'm like, what? Like, it's like, we're gonna have to go to the hospital. I'm like, I don't want to go to the hospital. We're going to the hospital to get stitches. I'm like, can you just cut it off? And she's like, what? I'm like, just cut the skin off. She's like, are you pretty much like, are you fucking crazy? I'm like, look, are you either you do it or I'm gonna do it myself.
Oh my gosh.
So,
holy shit, dude!
So, my mom goes. She's like, we don't have any small knives. All we have is like these the thick. It's like those thick knives that has like those weird circle teeth things in the middle, like the crushed nuts, I guess. You know what I'm talking about? With,
Wait,
the
like
plastic
serrated or like it's like indents?
like weird little little teeth.
Serrated?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. It's like you can so I don't know. It's like those big
It's
ass
one of those
scissors.
ways that you can saw.
No, nothing like that. It just had like these little round edges on it. It looked like you put it in the middle of the scissor and you crush stuff in it, I guess. I don't know. It's whatever that was. But it's like these giant bulky scissors. Like all we have is this. I'm like, all right, just do it. It's like, are you sure? I'm like, I don't fucking care.
Oh my god.
So sure enough, she grabs the skin, grabs it, and just snips it off. And she's like, does it hurt? I'm like, nope. I'm like, is it stop bleeding? She's like, no. So for about another 5-10 minutes, she's like, if it doesn't stop bleeding, you're going to the hospital. I'm like, whatever. I grab a little fucking guinea, which is face cloth, whatever, a little cloth, put it to my head, and then put some rubbing alcohol in it because we need to sanitize it, and it burned. And then eventually it stopped, and I didn't go get stitches.
I don't like hearing stories about like cuddle.
You're
over
fucking
skin and
crazy,
bleeding. I don't
man.
like that at all. Oh.
To be honest, though, when you did say like skin was dangling, I immediately thought the same thing too. I'm like, you just cut it
Kinda
off,
like
right? And then I was like, the more I thought about it, I'm like, no, you should probably get that fixed.
No.
Were you thinking of this? Like kind of like hanging like this?
No, like,
Yeah, I thought it was like dangling, like.
Dude, you're not wrong. So I'm just gonna use this as an example. Colin, sorry, listeners, if I'm bumping into this. So let's just say this part here was like, it was about this wide and about the length of the wire. So let's just say here's where it's supposed to be, right here. Mm-hmm. It was down here. Like I could see it.
We can't see it because of your hand. Oh, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was hanging like that?
Yeah, like I could see it from the corner of my own eye. The dangling skin.
Oh, my God. That is nasty.
Yeah, like I said, that to me is a dumb injury.
That's pretty.
You know, next time we ever discuss about discussing things, we're gonna have like a bucket in case someone pukes.
No, I mean, I'm not going to. My stomach's not feeling great, but I'm not going to puke about it.
I don't know if I ever join this
I'm not gonna
podcast
sleep.
again. Like if we talk about disgusting things, I'm gonna have a bucket. If it's really disgusting, I'm gonna throw up.
And then I'll have another one.
Oh,
God.
This one is no blood, no bones breaking, nothing like that. This is back when I was wrestling. I was backyard wrestling, and it wasn't like the stupid shit with like weed whackers and cheese graters and like the really dumb stuff. It was actually choreographed, like professional wrestling, just in a backyard.
Justin,
jumping on roofs.
you used a cheese grater once, didn't you?
Nope, I promise you.
That's bullshit.
I promise you, I was never that
The show
crazy.
would have been better if you did.
So it was my second after my debut show, and the match was supposed to end with the character Eric. I was the only one whoever had a nickname, but I was Large Larch, or just Larch,
I like that name.
because Lurch, like from Adam's
Lurch,
Family.
Larch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, he was supposed to come by and hit me with a cookie pan, smash it over my head, and I get he gets disqualified, and I win via DQ. And we had two cookie sheets. We had one that was pre-bent and one that wasn't, because the one that wasn't was like solid piece of metal. Comes the show, everything's about to happen. He grabs the wrong one. Bang! Smashes me right in the head. It bends. Goosh! Everything kind of goes, kind of woozy for a second. And then, DQ, he beats me up a little bit and he leaves, and then we stop. I was slightly concussed because I got hit over the head
Ew.
with a goddamn cookie pan, but that wasn't pre-bent. It was
That's
something else.
That's a pretty dumb injury.
Yeah.
As soon as you said backyard wrestling, I'm like, yeah, this is going to be kind
Yeah.
of stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, I love backyard wrestling, but
Yeah, knowing what I know now, I would have brought my hands up. I would have done the whole professional like goosh thing. No, it was just straight on, poof, bent right over here.
okay, Justin, before we run out of time,
Yeah.
are we going to do the thing that I said on this table that I suggested? Do you know what I'm talking about? Because if we're not going to do it, I don't want to mention it.
What the hell are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
I literally just.
All right, fuck it, we're doing it. We did first impressions, me, Justin, and Haley.
Oh, you want to do? Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
We also have plenty of time. What are you talking about? It's only been an hour.
Oh yeah. I forgot we do hour and a half now.
Yeah.
Anywho, well, I don't know. When I suggested it, you weren't sure, so I was like,
Okay, yeah. No, sorry, because you pointed at the table. I'm like, do you want to do something with the table? Like, what the fuck are you talking
no,
about?
okay. So
So one of our classmates / friends, Clarissa, which I didn't even think watched.
classmates first, friends second.
I mean, yeah, priorities, guys. This goes into what we're about to talk about. Goes and she messaged me and she's like, "Oh yeah, I really like the podcast." I'm like, "Oh, haha, yeah, cool. Like you watched it, sure, whatever." And she's like,
But then
"No,
she did."
But she's like, "Yeah, like I really like this part. But you didn't give first impressions about me, Nicole, or Leia." I'm like, "Oh fuck."
Or Amy.
And she's like, I'm like, "Oh fuck." She actually watched the podcast.
Like she's seen the whole.
What? Yeah, she like watched the whole thing.
She realized it's all bullshit.
And
There's no actual talent here.
Yeah. She's like, well, like, are you gonna do one with us? I'm like, yeah, like sure, like I will, like yeah, like
And then we just totally forgot.
yeah, totally forgot. But it was also like come on in, do the podcast with us, and we'll do it then. Unfortunately, conflicts or
Scheduling
scheduling conflicts. Because she was potentially coming out this Sunday. Thank God she didn't because the snafu.
Yeah, it just wouldn't have worked.
But yeah, we'll just do it now. So pretty much what happened, because I know you didn't watch it.
Yeah, I actually didn't.
Yeah, don't lie, motherfucker. Which is fine. I don't
Oh.
expect anyone to watch this.
Considering I've been on like the second episode, I should be like keeping up to date with what you guys are talking about, so I can bring it to the next conversation.
Yeah, you could try, but you'll fail.
I won't know. I'll do my studies.
I
I'll
can't
have my
even
notepad
get through
out.
them, to be honest, sometimes.
Yeah.
I've watched a couple of them, but sometimes I'm just like, I already had this
I've
conversation.
literally
Yeah.
seen the first episode, the one where you guys were boxing or doing kickboxing, and my episode.
Muay Thai.
Oh, of course, you've seen your episode, Nuno.
Of course, I was showing
Oh,
my
me.
mom.
It's got like 300 views. It's all just like
You know, just constantly on replay.
He just hears
I'm
his
gonna
voice on
get
the
to 1
podcast as he's
million.
like sleeping, and he's like, there we go.
I'm getting it to 1 million every single time.
Justin,
You saw that, eh?
yeah.
Wait, what was he doing?
Nothing
What
to
do you
worry
think
about.
he was doing? It
I don't
involves
know.
your arms.
Oh my god, you know, you're so innocent sometimes, unless you're
And
drinking.
your
You're not
hands.
innocent.
Just move on. What's this impressions
Yeah.
thing?
All right, go.
So here's the breakdown. Yeah, because you weren't there for this as well, Colin. That's true. Which we can actually get your impressions on other people as well. Basically, the first week or two of school, what you thought about the people, the main people that we talked to, what your first impressions were of these people. So as an example, Liv thought that I was a suck ass. I
Not
just
a
sucked
suck
up.
ass, a kiss
A
ass.
kiss ass, excuse me. I thought Liv was just one of those retarded sports jocks. Yeah, I said the word again.
You thought it was just like some like, oh man, let's go to the quad.
I thought Shane was just like I think I used the waste of space donor.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
It was real
Yeah.
mean, man.
but it's because that was just a quick impression. Because like the way that he dressed, where he presented himself, but obviously he has like 3 jobs. He works really hard. Cole was like, well, Cole was just a nervous kid.
What did we say about Nuno? Because I remember,
we
Nuno,
talk
do you
about
remember what I
Nuno?
said?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious now.
Did we?
Because it was on that podcast with the punching.
What the putt?
The one with the punching, that's the one we did.
Maybe we didn't bring up Nuno.
We did. I remember. I remember because I said something about like you being like upbeat all the time. Something about like
Oh.
energy.
Okay.
Maybe I wasn't.
That's all I
I
remember.
might not have been in there. I might have been out checking the.
No,
bobber.
you were
Did I?
definitely there.
Maybe I said nothing.
No, remember you were like you thought Nuno was terrible, and you thought that
You thought I was
he was a
terrible?
waste of space, and then I was like,
You know
I was
what?
like,
No, you know what?
I'm looking at Liv. I'm like,
there you go.
you're gonna try to make me sound like an asshole.
and then I was like,
Nuno,
Justin,
with
it's
the
just
dedication
first
to the
impressions.
jokes,
You're like,
always.
oh, not what we think now. And I was like,
Wow. You know what?
I'm like, where is he fucking going with this?
no, I don't. I'm pretty sure you were there. I don't think you said anything mean.
No, but I think it would have been so like for Colin.
I mean,
it
I
was
didn't
like,
say anything mean. I don't think I said mean was about you.
You know,
I think so. Like as an example, so like for Colin, you know, if because I'm pretty sure if I would have said something, it would have been the same thing for both of you guys. But like, I didn't think anything about these two, which is a good thing. Which is like they weren't. I didn't think they were douche. I didn't think they were assholes. They're just students who are looking to learn.
Yeah, but I don't think that's first impressions.
you know what my first
Motherfucker, it was nothing. I didn't have a first impression.
Yeah, but what's your first initial thought, good or bad? That's a first impression.
If I could say one about Justin, I literally thought he was our age. But then I saw the wedding ring. No, because like the way that
I didn't realize you were some
all
old
guys-
man.
I mean, like sometimes it's hard to tell like how old people are, and sometimes initially like people like us, like our age, around like 20s and stuff, would look like that. But then I saw the wedding ring.
Who's this
And I'm
young
like, you know
man?
what? I think he's young. I think he's older.
Oh shit!
What's happening?
Oh, he's gonna beat you up.
You're about to die.
See, for me, I thought you were doing a bit where you're gonna take off your glasses and your wedding ring, and you'd be like, "Sup, guys? It's,
I was thinking about it,
it's
but
me, Jay."
I literally, like that was my first thought, but I thought you were really nice. But that was legit my first thought.
I
My
think you're-
roommate, my roommate, I thought he was 23, and he had like a beard too, but he's my age. So I'm like, okay, that's what I initially thought. I thought he was like legit older. Like that's why I thought the way I thought.
Dude, age is weird though. I thought Colin was like 18.
Yeah, I thought that-
everyone thinks that I'm like their age.
Yeah,
but I'm,
you
no,
look
you're
like it.
older.
yeah, I'm 23.
That's
yeah.
your baby face.
Do I have a
You
baby
okay?
face?
What?
I kind of
No.
think he has a baby face.
I think he's just making a room joke.
Well,
Turn around.
You got a younger face, not a baby face.
No, the the chin jawline doesn't give me. Baby
See,
face
I
at
have
all.
a baby face because I have a really like soft and like wider face, so it actually is like really young. Yours is just like a little bit younger face.
yeah, exactly.
Compared to Justin's got
I
old
was
face.
The old face.
I was doing the joke though.
But yeah, all right. So All right, so Colin, what was your first impression of? Let's do a quick speed run. What was your first impression of Liv when you first saw him?
I thought he was cool because you were like
we talked about movies the first time we talked.
We did. You were like the first person in this like group to actually like talk to me. And all
Dude, that was for a lot of people. Cole was the first person I talked to in the group. You were the first person I talked to. Like, I made the group. I want to say that I made the group happen. I put this team together. I needed my Avengers. I'm Samuel
If
Jackson.
anyone ever says anything bad about you, you can just pull that on. Like, I brought this together.
Put this team together. Don't you think? Okay, I had a hand in it because I talked to everybody for the first time.
You didn't bring him together. I brought him together, motherfucker. I was Agent Coulson. I
Oh,
brought him together when
I
died.
broke the seal. Without me, there was nothing.
Pissed on the floor?
I pissed in front of everyone.
I displayed my dominance.
No, but I guess yeah. Our first was we talked about movies. I thought that was the same for me. I thought you were really cool because we talked about movies.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, I'm definitely gonna hang out with this.
Look, this is about Colin right now.
Yeah, well, he said something.
No,
else.
I thought the exact same
do
thing
not
on him.
defend this man, this boy,
Tell me what to do.
this child. All right, so then what was your first impression of Nuno?
I thought he was goofy. I think you were a kind of a
Yeah, I think
wacky,
so.
out there,
You're
hyperactive
gonna
guy,
know how goofy
and
I
I thought
can
you were
be.
like really entertaining to just watch at times.
A lot of people would actually think the same about that.
Yeah.
Well, like for me, it was like I remember what it was now. It was like you came up to me and you came up and you like shook my hand. You're like, "Hi, I'm Nuno," and I'm like,
I
"I'm
shake a
I
lot of
don't like
people's
this kid because I kind of like the energy you brought to the conversation."
And you thought I was a kiss ass?
Yeah, well, you weren't kissing
What, you
my
think I was-
ass. If you were kissing my ass, I would.
Oh, that would have been okay.
I do that with everyone. I don't like do certain people like, oh hi, I'm Nuno, and then everyone like fuck off. Everyone.
He literally just came up
No,
to me
I
and
shake
shook my
everyone's
hand.
hand. That's my way of greeting.
All right, and then what was your first impression of Raimi?
Raimi?
That Colin. This is Colin.
This is all cool. Okay.
Yeah, Nuno, you kiss ass. I'm just kidding.
I thought she was fun and she was like easy to talk to.
Okay.
I found it just easy to like talk with her and kind of make these little sly, sarcastic jokes
Yeah,
with her.
I thought she was a hipster.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, come on, look at the way she dresses.
Yeah, I kind of get that.
Yeah.
I kinda
She has
get that.
different various styles. Like she can go from like striped shirts to like denim jackets
Yo.
one day.
Yeah, that to me, I could be
Trench
right.
coat.
She could be a hipster still. That's still out there.
Have you guys? By
Prove
the
me
way,
wrong, Raimi.
I'll ask her.
just to put it out there, have you guys seen like Zach's sense of style? Like
Zach?
like Nicole's friend at all?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I love his style. He's like a '90s dad look. He was
Yeah.
wearing a Seinfeld shirt today.
I saw
Yes,
that
he
go
was.
today.
And
Yeah,
I was
it
like,
was.
I love his style. I don't know why. It's so out there and weird. It's awesome. I had to bring that up because he was wearing a Seinfeld shirt.
All
I
right,
love it.
Yeah. Really.
Cole.
Cole? I thought he was fucking weird, but I liked it. Like I first saw him, I was like, "Hi, Cole." By the way, I thought it was like weird. I was like, "This guy's."
Wonder if he's gonna do it.
Yeah, I was waiting for the voice of God just come on and say like,
it's
"Fuck
going
off."
on. But I thought it was weird. I thought it was
Probably
different. I
not.
was like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna like this guy or hate him, but I'm gonna hang out with him a bit more until I find
I'm
out.
gonna test these waters out.
And then finally,
You?
Oh, you get the final last one.
yeah.
It's all gonna be about you.
It's my show, motherfucker.
I thought you were a good, hardworking guy. I thought you were the guy to be around for this program because I thought you would be doing shit. You would be the one
this?
taking
Kissing
the
all the
initiative.
ass.
from-
Yeah.
Kissing all the
Always.
asses.
Really? I did. That's
Just flying
honestly
all
what I
over the
thought.
place around you.
Honestly, what I thought.
All right, well then Nuno.
All right.
Yes.
What'd you
So,
think of
what do
me?
you think about Liberty?
Sexy. No, but like I thought.
No.
No, I mean like I'm going serious now. Like we talked about from being
Yeah.
goofy to being serious. Now I'm going serious.
He seriously thinks you're
Now,
sexy.
yeah, no, but
Dead
with all
serious.
seriousness, I thought he was the most beautiful man I ever seen. in my
Remember that
life.
kiss ass comment?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's not kiss.
That's why he approached me.
Infatuation.
Kiss ass on a different level.
Yeah, literal kissing.
Yeah, he
Literal
literally wants to put
kiss
those lips
ass.
right in that crowd.
Right in his right ass cheek.
Okay, maybe not from a physical standpoint.
No, it's a metaphor.
Like I
Metaphor for what?
thought I had
I
a
got no
sexy
clue.
personality.
I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. But no, I thought you were really chill. Like I want to be like I want to always be friends with like really close friends with the chill people.
Like low maintenance type of people. 'Cause that's
Oh,
how I feel like I am as a friend. Like you can leave me for like 3 years and come back and say, hey, I'll be like, yeah, what's up?
Yeah, the same way.
Yeah. So I thought you were really chill. I mean, I think we didn't meet. We didn't actually have a conversation like till I think we were in Studio 3. Like when you and Ray were in the chairs, and me, Raymond were sitting up cameras.
Yes. Yeah. I think so.
And then
But I do remember you did come and shake my hand once, say hi, I'm Nuno, and then you left.
I did. Yeah, I did. I did that with like almost everybody.
Yeah, you just were like introducing yourself to people. I thought
And
it
then,
was awesome.
like the first time we actually hung out was at my like party, like or my pre-party before Carissa's party.
Yes. Yeah.
And
That's fun.
yeah, and then now we're best of friends.
All
That's
right,
different.
next one, Shane.
Shane, I thought he was a hockey player because of his long hair and bandana, but now,
He's not a hockey player.
but he's not a hockey player. But that's like a stereotype. Like that's where I immediately think when I think of flows, I think of
Yeah.
hockey players.
The
When I think of
Letterkenny
bandanas, I
guys?
think of
Yeah.
hockey players. I literally thought he was a hockey
I
player.
don't get the hockey player vibe at all from Shane. I thought he was a massive stoner the first time I met him.
I mean, you're not wrong.
That's not,
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
We're not saying our friend
Allegedly.
Shane is a massive stoner.
no.
We just jokes.
Just jokes, nothing but jokes here.
But yeah,
For good
I
people.
literally okay.
Yo, you
I'm
got my
gonna
weed,
think about-
though.
I'm gonna think about everybody about this. I'm always thinking like of nice things about people. So when I met you guys, I literally gonna immediately think that you guys are nice. And
Oh.
my expectations came true.
Just wait until you're 29, then you get all senile and shit.
Senile? You mean cynical?
Same. I'm crazy
Senile? Senile means you like came in and then like ate
I-
a shoe thinking it was a fucking
too.
sandwich.
You don't know if I didn't do
I
that.
haven't really seen it yet from you yet, like being senile and stuff. Because otherwise you wouldn't let me in your podcast.
Or that's why you're in the podcast, because I'm not senile.
He thinks you're Matt Damon.
Is that true? Yeah, I'm in downsize.
I heard something else. Never mind. All right.
Okay, anyways.
Moving on. What was your impression of Colin?
Colin, I just think that he was nice, and there's no other further comment than that.
All right. All right.
I'm sorry.
Whoa,
Rating. All right,
that's-
let's move on. Rating.
That's some
I thought
suspicious.
she was like my twin, for example, because we're both energetic, we're both kind of loud, outgoing, that kind of thing. I kind of
Yeah.
saw her like it's like looking at a mirror.
Oh,
but
like
it's a
the
female.
vibes
it's like,
just
It's like
match.
Jack and Jill.
Oh,
The
God.
movie?
Please never reference that movie on this again.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm
This will
sorry.
be-
No, this is your last chance.
You had like you dabbed and now you bring up that. You're done.
You
Man.
bring up the
I'm officially
Sandman.
retiring from Select Start
You're
Network.
not retiring. You're being forcibly rejected.
Forcibly.
I'm fired from Select Start Network. Please bring me back in,
Oh my
please.
God. All right. So Cole, what was your impression of Cole?
Cole, I thought he was really chill. I thought he was like kind of like I wouldn't say dorky, but he's kind of like those kind of kids where they're just
Those kinds.
I don't know how else to describe
Yeah,
it. It's a good kind of way.
Yeah.
But he's really nice. Like I think I say he's probably like the chillest out of everybody in the program. Like he's really
Yeah, you're not wrong.
He's got a chill ass
like
voice.
I haven't seen him actually angry once.
If he would
I
leave
have
me to sleep.
multiple times.
If I ever need a narrator,
Really?
I'm going to him.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we're not gonna mention it because I don't want Voice of God to come out. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I've seen him upset before.
Yeah.
All right, let's go with.
Papa.
Pa, 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 pa.
Is there anyone else that I forgot?
Just you.
Yeah, I guess just me. I was trying not to end on me, but like unfortunately, it all comes back. What'd you think about me when you first?
I
met me?
thought you were a piece of shit guy.
There you go.
You're such an asshole. And you know what? Even think about it today. Now I think you're a bigger asshole.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah, I did gain weight, so my asshole got bigger. You're not wrong.
really?
Ah,
All in the
see?
asshole too.
No,
Not even
no.
the cheeks.
no.
Right
So
to
the
the hole.
hemorrhoids, man, they're a bitch.
Oh man. I didn't want to think about hemorrhoids today.
Androids, oh my gosh.
But what'd you really think about Justin?
That honestly, he's like a father to us in like this program. In a way, like he kind of helps us out with like I mean, well you are like you're kind of like the leader of the group.
And you're the one taking initiative to do
Yeah,
this stuff
like,
too.
and even helping us with that. Like,
Oh, look at that
that's not-
smile,
that's
look
not
at
what
that
I want
smile.
him to
This is what he
No, I'm
wanted.
not sure.
That was his plan the whole time.
No.
He wanted
No,
this to
I-
happen,
okay.
just so he
No,
could.
but
Papa.
it's a good. No, it's a really good trait to have because like you help out other people with like with their like if they're struggling with this with their classes and stuff, and really like you're helping people graduate, and that's really good.
Hey, this is gonna sound weird, but you're a giver.
Yeah. And,
And I mean that in the
also
sense
good
that
man.
literally you are like you're like for a lot of people, unless somebody has wronged you, you're gonna help them out.
Exactly.
Somebody's wrong to me.
No, I know
I
because
know,
if someone
I
has
agree with
wronged
you,
you,
I
you're
agree.
not gonna help them out.
Yeah.
And that's what makes you so great is because you're willing to help others when they're struggling with like whatever they need help with.
This is not what I thought.
Yes, Papa.
I did not. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I went down that road.
It was
but
gonna happen.
I was.
All right.
I'm speaking from the heart.
Yeah, all right. So let's move on to the people who we have not talked about.
Okay.
Oh.
Nicole, Amy, Clarissa, and Leah.
Anybody else that we hang out with that we need to
On
mention?
a frequent basis.
Let's see. Who we?
I know Jefferson. I don't really talk to Jefferson. I know RJ. I don't really talk to RJ.
They're really cool dudes, though.
I
They
know.
seem like
Yeah.
it, but I just don't know enough. Like I don't even have enough to have an opinion on it. Like even a first impression.
Fair enough. Okay, we'll just do the girls.
Yeah, let's go. All right, so let's start with. Let's go with Nicole.
Sweetheart.
That was your first impression of her.
Yeah, I mean, like I gave her like I give people chances. Like I say like they could be nice, and they looked pretty nice, and like in a way like they seemed kind, and then.
Call it.
Nothing. I
Don't
didn't
take
say
it wrong. No, I didn't mean. Okay, I am officially retired for Select.
That was
Thank
like
you guys.
that was like hitting on someone in like the 1950s way. Oh, that name was a sweetheart.
Accidental, like how I said that.
I know you meant she was nice.
Yeah,
That's
like
what you're
Yes,
getting.
you did.
like nice.
We
No,
just
never mind,
we just
I'm not
forget
gonna-
how innocent you are at times, Nuno.
All right,
Like
so
how
we'll stop
purely
there for
innocent.
Nuno.
No, you thought she
Colin.
was nice.
Colin, what did you think about Nicole? When you
I
first-
actually did think the same thing. I thought she was a sweetheart. I think she's cool. That's the only best word to describe her when I first met her.
All right, I'll go next.
Okay. What? You saving me
You
for
guys-
last for all these? Yeah, I'll go last.
Okay. Nicole, don't take offense.
Oh shit!
I thought you were a bitch.
No,
Really
not a
nice
bitch, not a
comment or
bitch.
really mean comment.
Ditzy party girl.
Oh
Okay,
shit,
that's
that's
not
kind of mean.
Like just
That's
like,
first impressions, though.
Yeah,
not
that's
like-
just the first impressions, right?
Yeah.
Just like the way that she, when I just first heard her talk, unfortunately, I think was talking about bars. So right away, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
it's gonna be one of
Frat
these.
girl.
Yeah, like these
Kind of
situations.
thing, right?
Yeah, just like one of those like.
Oh my god.
Bushes.
Yes. It just, oh my God, Queen! You have no idea. Like it's gonna be
Justin, did you see what happened? You're like, what's happening? And she's like,
It's like slowly reverting inward. Yeah, unfortunately, that's how I perceive Nicole as at first. Knowing her, obviously, she's a party girl, but not in the bad way. She just likes to go out and have fun, whatever. I don't give a shit. That's
She's
fine.
living the dream.
she's
Like-
not ditzy, though. You should
No,
see
no,
how-
not ditzy.
how
That's
stressed
why
she gets
I
about this
didn't
shit.
put the word ditzy in there.
Yeah.
She is a nice, very nice lady. She tries, which is awesome. It's again from first impressions. I didn't think she was going to be a person who was going to try. It felt like she was one of those persons. I just thought this was an easy course, get a diploma, boom, I'm done.
Yeah.
Obviously, with this program, that is not a thing you can do, and she's been in it. And she's also a Western student, which means she's a university kid.
She's smart.
Like 1,000 times smarter than I'll ever be, which is fine. Get me a job, Nicole. Like when she becomes a millionaire.
Help me,
in the
help me.
industry. I'm talking about good things about you right now. But yeah, no, it was just like a ditzy party girl at first. Obviously not the case. She is a really nice, a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Is the general term. Lib.
All right, I think you guys are overthinking it. Because you know what I thought when I first saw Nicole? I'm like, this girl has the same hair as Emma Watson, and that's it. It's my original thought. I was like,
I know, we also
I
told
was
her
like,
that.
I was like, I like her hair, and then I like walked up to her. I'm like, you got Emma Watson hair, and she's like, wow, you're not the first person to say that. Yeah, get away from me! Ah!
I like to think that she could be Emma Watson's son double if she would ever be in movies.
She doesn't look like Emma Watson though. She's just got
No,
the
I
same
mean, like,
hair.
if she were in action, like obviously there would be like a back shot.
I don't think Nicole can do action. I'm calling her out right now. I don't think she can do
Oh shit,
action.
Nicole! Prove him wrong. Kick him in the head.
Okay, but real talk, real talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was literally just the hair, and then I actually met her, and I was like, she's cool.
Cool.
And she was another person didn't really have a big opinion on. I mean, now I think she's nice, one of my favorite people. So, I don't know. What's this?
That's you.
Well, I don't know.
Goddamn
All right,
millionaire.
who's next?
Let's go with Leah.
Leah. Is it right?
Yeah, go for it.
Take it.
Again, I thought she was a sweetheart as well.
What's
I
this
literally-
word?
I don't know what else to say. I mean, like when I look at her, I'm like, yeah, she's gonna be a sweetheart.
Sweetheart.
Like, there's no negative comments I have with these people. I mean, I thought everyone was gonna be nice because they're like all like me, like kind.
Sweethearts.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't. Yeah, that's my another question or another answer for
Fuck.
Marissa too. I thought she was a sweetheart.
Don't jump ahead.
Well,
I don't care what it's
I'm
gonna
ready-
be.
I'm
You
ready
know
to
it's
put my
gonna be
answers,
sweetheart,
you know, to call
Justin.
it right away.
All right, call
But
it.
yeah,
Honestly, I didn't
Shite.
Not much.
I didn't notice Leah that much until it was like the third or fourth week here. We were right over there doing TV production,
Yeah.
and her and I got paired up to be the talent for that week. And like in between takes, in between cuts, and all that, her and I would just just kind of started joking. I made some jokes, and she made some jokes, and I was like, oh shit, she's pretty cool. I like just joking around with her.
Okay.
So for me, my impression of her right now is that she's like easygoing, easy to talk to.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah. So for me, when I first saw Leah, because she had the piercing, I thought she was a punker. That's not a punk. That's just a punk girl.
What is a a punk girl?
Yeah.
I thought you said punker.
I did say punker, like a
like,
punker,
what the
but yeah,
fuck?
but punk girl. But because she always had like this long sleeves, I thought like if she ever took this like her shirt, like
Just
Sure, like a
her
thrasher
jacket
too.
off. There you go. I was trying to find the right words for that. It was gonna be like fucking sleeved arms of like tattoos and shit. Like listen to like fucking I don't know what.
it's
You
just
got a problem with tattoos, Justin?
She
No, I
did,
love tattoos.
she did have a Rick and Morty shirt too, like the tie-dye.
That doesn't make her punk.
Well, I mean,
A
We're
Rick
talking
and Morty
I'm
T-shirt
punk as
well, I mean,
fuck.
like no, it was like cool, like some,
with your slacks.
Some punkers like
My
wear
Adidas
like
pants.
nice
Chance
like
the Rapper hat?
cartoon shirts, like shirts like that. Like that's why I
Punk
see
as
that.
fuck, dude.
But yeah, I thought
You're Chance the Rapper's the best punk band I know.
I thought she would have been one of those people, yeah, like listens to like fucking Rancid and all that junk. I thought that's the kind of person she was gonna be. A very like, but because of a punk girl, usually or a punk type of persona, usually they're very abrupt, like just yes or no, or like get the fuck out of my face type attitude, which isn't always a bad thing. But she would just be very straightforward, just be like yes, no, fuck off, and that'd be the end of it. Obviously, that's not what she is. She starves for attention. She's super needy.
Damn, not pulling any punches here.
No. She's super funny. She has the same sense of humor as I do, where she'll like negatively, not even negatively attack herself, but kind of, and then go on with it. And then people will be like, "That's not what I meant." She's like, "I was joking." But then when she'll do it, when I'm around, I'm like, "Yeah, Leah, like you're such a fucking bitch," or whatever. Just say something like that. She's like, "Justin," I'm like, "Leah," and like just like it doesn't fucking matter. Like you like roll off that sense of humor. That was from what I thought of what she was and how I think of her now. Liv, was she a
Justin.
sweetheart?
Justin, I just want to call it the fact that out of your first impressions, 4 of them have been members of the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
You got
The
you
punk
got
girl, the
me,
jock.
You got the punk girl, you got the jock, you got the ditzy girl, and you got the shy nerd. We're just waiting on who you're gonna say. I thought this guy was gonna be a rebel who puts his fist up at the end of everything.
When he meets people, he immediately thinks, what John Hughes character are you?
He's like, what movie from the 80s do you remind me of? Anywho, Leah was, for me, I think the first conversation we had, it was kind of like Colin, it was like, you know, it was just kind of jokes at that point. It was just, from the beginning,
Yeah.
she seemed really, really fun.
Yeah.
She's one of those people that even though you didn't know each other, you could be in the same room with them and still not have a good conversation, have fun, and it wouldn't be like awkward. Yeah. And I mean that's basically it. Like it was the same where I didn't really talk to her until you do talk to her and then you have a good time with it. And
Was it Clarissa's party?
No, I think I talked to her in class
Okay.
before. I talked to all of them in class before.
All right, let's move on to, speaking of Clarissa, you're done. You're
Yeah,
doing the
that's
same
the
thing.
answer.
Like, fuck off.
Sweetheart.
Sweetheart. Nice lady.
I believe I look for the best in people. Sweetheart.
Colin?
I think Clarissa was the first of the girls that I talked to in the program. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah,
so.
I think me too.
I think her and I kind of sat near each other in one class, and I made some kind of little snide, sarcastic comment about a teacher, and she laughed, and she made some other comment. So I just like felt comfortable around her, and
We both hate the same person. Oh my god.
that's really it. I feel like we connect on like a sense of humor level.
Okay. For me, it was business driven because when I first heard her talk, she was talking about her YouTube channel. And
She's plugging it. She's plugging it.
She had mentioned it.
Which you can relate to.
Which
constantly plugging everything.
I mean, youtube.com/lifeselexstart.
YouTube.com
tpublic.com/user/selexstart-network. Twitter.com. Anyways.
Instagram.
I was gonna wait till you were saying that. I was gonna go
no,
stop.
I saw the approach. But no, I thought she was one of those, like, she could still very well be. The reason why she came into this program was to help her brand. Help push out
Well, and also learn how to do it better.
Clarissa's life. See, I don't just put my own stuff.
All right, quick, Nuno, link your channel. Right
Yeah,
now.
I gotta. Can I please put my link in the description below, please? Please.
Also, plug it right now.
Yeah, he's saying
Wait,
to
just
say
say
it
it.
right now.
Plug
I
it
don't
in.
know. I don't know what I'm talking
Oh
about.
yeah, so unfortunately, what he's talking about on sidebar. Nowadays, if you have a YouTube channel, you do not get your own custom link, like a youtube.com/whatever, until you reach, I think it's 10,000.
10,000, yeah, because that's,
10,000
that's when you get
subscribers.
monetized.
Yeah. So I got lucky when I made mine was years ago, 2013, 2014, when they didn't give a shit. You become a partner, you had shit to get verified. Once they verify you, you can get your own custom link. You get a lot more freedoms because of that. So when I made mine, unfortunately, Select Start Network was already taken. And the original setup for Select Start Network was actually to be like a news feed type of thing, like the No or the Patch and all that junk. So that's why it said Live Select Start. So I picked that and I just kind of stuck with it since. But anyways, yeah, Clarissa, very business driven. She's coming here to help her brand out, especially with the marketing class. Like I thought that's why she was coming in. Obviously, she has a very big passion for clothing, makeup, tutorials, vlogging. I find she does a very good job with that. And that's why she was in here. So I'm like, all right, business driven, gotcha.
I guess for me it'd be welcoming. It'd be I think she was the first person I talked to, and after like talking to everybody, nobody really hung out with each other and stuff like that. And then she said like, hey, I'm having a party at my place, and then we're gonna go to bars and stuff. And then she's like, I want everybody to come.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like the first moment where everyone kind of started hanging out together, and then from there, did it a couple more times, and then we had
So
other
you could
parties
say
and stuff.
she is
No,
Sam
I brought the
Jackson.
group together. I'm Sam Jackson. She's like Captain America when he saves S.H.I.E.L.D. after Justin sabotages S.H.I.E.L.D. because you're going to ruin this group somehow, but then we're going to save it. Anywho, she was very nice and like opening to like hang out with people and stuff like that, and just wanted to. I just found that she kind of was.
She was open. She was the first person you could say, trying to figure out the way you're trying to word it, who had no impressions of anyone. She was an open book.
Yes,
she treated
and
everyone as an open book.
And she was most willing to like go up and talk to people.
Even
and
though
from
She was
that-
actively trying to make friends and bring people in this group
when,
together.
when there was a couple of us that honestly weren't, like Justin. Right, Justin?
What?
How you, at the very beginning you really weren't planning on making friends and stuff?
No, I was going to like some people. We'll talk to them. Just stuff.
Who will?
It was I've talked to Justin about it. We just like said like when you first got here, it was like for you were over high school and stuff like that and all that
I didn't want
stuff.
to deal with what I thought
So
was
you're
gonna be
like
fucking teen
yeah.
drama.
So for you're like I'm just gonna get in here. I'm gonna do my stuff. I'm sorry, businessman Colin.
Denying it, don't worry. Putting it on fucking silent. I thought it was. My
Anywho,
apologies.
so like you were like a
let it
lot
happen.
more
It's not gonna be like episode 2.
I'm sorry, Lib, what was
That
that?
is a second. Sorry, Lib.
Can I get camera 2 again?
Shit.
Is that happening?
God, please give me camera 2. I have something I need to say.
He could also be
Camera
going to
two.
go check.
I'm gonna walk up to camera 3 right now.
Okay, but he could be checking the system. Make sure
I'm
it's
just
not.
gonna do it.
All right, welcome to 3.
Oh, but they're not gonna hear me. Okay, Justin, I'm gonna need you to say it for me.
Just say it. Just
Just
say
say
it.
it,
Everyone,
quiet.
the attention is on you. Just say it.
Fuck you, David Ayers. Okay.
That was it?
Yeah, that's all I
That
needed
was
to
it.
say.
God damn it. All right. And now we have Amy. Hey, you know.
I'm trying to think actually. Like I didn't really talk to her
This
until.
could be the one time.
She's not a
guys-
sweetheart.
he has
Something negative.
Oh my
No,
god.
It's not negative because
Fuck you, Amy!
I didn't really have like an opinion of her like at first since I didn't really talk to her until like week 7 or 8 until like we went to the study group together and I was doing the weather at the time like the mock and she was in there and then she was telling me how great I was in it and I'm like well thank you and then we replaced like each other's spots and yeah and then we started talking after that and I thought she was really nice.
Do you like balls of yarn?
No, there's like there's stuff floating.
Okay,
I was trying to
I didn't know if like that was like the way you talk. If you just talked like so, she was like, and I was like, this is new.
There's like little white stuff like floating right
Yeah,
now.
no,
Like,
I just saw that
Oh,
too.
it was just like my perception of Nuno has been shattered.
like look at this right here. Like I can point at it right now. It's like it's moving. There.
Is
No,
it the
it's
squiggly line on
Okay,
your
wait,
eye?
So no real impression of Amy at
not
first.
like yeah, because I seen her, but I never really thought of her like at all. Like I just like it's a person.
Yeah, You're a human. You're breathing.
You're
Yeah.
just some blonde girl.
Amy,
you
you're
say
just
blonde?
some blonde girl.
She doesn't have blonde hair.
No cash.
Um,
I'm
She's a
sorry.
redhead.
What?
Is she not?
But wait,
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hold on.
My mind is being blown right now. Redhead or blonde?
that was blonde.
Redhead.
Amy, is your hair blonde?
She's not going to
She's
answer.
figure that
She's
out
not
right now.
blonde. It's like
Dirty blonde, I would say.
No, she's a redhead. I don't know why I'm Googling her instead of going to like her
You
Twitter
mean
or
this right
something.
here? Right here? That's a dirty blonde.
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why did I think
I
she
don't
was a
see any
redhead?
red.
Yeah,
Were you
Jesus
thinking of someone
Christ,
else? Are you
dude.
thinking of like cat or something? Like
Cat?
Are you
Yeah,
blind?
From
you
fucking
colorblind?
Victoria's?
no, cat. The,
Ross
the other
Ryan.
girl in our program, not in our section.
We have a girl.
Catalina?
Yeah.
Cat.
The one who's like this tall, this
Yeah.
tall?
Yeah.
Fight me. You won't be able to reach my face.
I don't know who Cat is. I'll be honest. I'm sorry. I
Actually,
can't-
yeah, I'm just thinking. I've never seen you two together.
You've maybe met her once
She
during
was-
one study
She did
group.
come out to the study group.
I feel bad. I feel like maybe I
She
should.
was actually, yeah, she was an anchor at one point. She was a host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were you would have been stuck in the edit suite.
But back to Amy.
I can't.
I
I'm
just
sorry.
saw her and I didn't know like what to think of her. Like, it was just like a blank.
Okay.
Even though
Oh,
we did
yeah.
compete against each other in production writing. In,
What the
big question
fuck?
game with the chicken.
He's gone.
yeah,
All right,
he's
call it.
on his own world.
That,
Again, kind of with Nuno. First impression, I didn't think much, but when I kind of started to see her and her sense of humor, I thought it was really strange and overbearing. Like she would kind of act different or act like I don't know how to describe it, but I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think I have an idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have my opinion. Then I'm gonna say what my first impression of
Oh
you
my
was.
God.
Yeah, but like now that I understand, at first I thought it was kind of strange and off-putting, but now that like I actually understand her sense of humor
Yeah.
and I realize she's doing it as a joke, I'm like, oh shit, she's actually fun.
Nerd.
Nerd, yeah, I get
Because
that.
hi Greg, it's Amy. Hi Greg, Amy here. And
Oh,
she'd
yeah.
she'd always ask a question, and like she'd be besides, like, to be honest, besides myself, she'd be the only other one who would ask a question.
Yeah,
And it was just like, and it wasn't like just like, oh, I was just wondering. It's like, hi Greg, Amy here. What are we doing? And like just be like very abrasive up front. I'm like, oh,
Oh,
shit.
like she'd
she's
be-
like a no nonsense kind of lady. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna fuck with this one.
okay, do you mean like she'd be like the type of kid like at the end of the class would be like, teacher, you didn't assign us homework yet, and then everyone would be like, oh,
Shut up, baby. Yeah, like, it felt like she's one of those people where like at first, again, this is all first impressions, which was for Amy, it was like one of those like, yeah, hey, like question this, and then if she didn't like the answer, because she does this too, she'll be like, yeah, but what about but, and then say the next part, it's like. At first, I'm like, well, yeah, if she doesn't like to hear what if she doesn't like what she hears, she'll let you know. She will just be like stonewall you in a heartbeat if you do anything she didn't like. Obviously, that's not the truth because I still talk to Amy somehow.
and if she thinks you look like her boyfriend, you never hear the goddamn end of it.
The thing is, you don't even really look like him. The
Thank you!
Every single
every day, I look at that picture of like the comparison between you two guys. You don't look alike.
Probably just the hair.
Even
but
she,
other
like,
than
I was
that,
talking to
you're
her about
really
it. She
similar.
admitted it. She's like, yeah, that over time you just realize you don't really look that much alike.
I saw
It's the
once.
glasses
I'm like,
and
oh
hair.
yeah. After that, I'm like, no.
It's literally the glasses and the hair that makes it kind of look similar, but
Really?
nothing else. But
You
I
you
think
have
it's-
similar face structure, just in jaw,
Yeah.
which is, and that you do wear like the same glasses as them too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I noticed that.
But it's other than that, like it's just they
There's
really
no-
start to fade.
Yeah. It's just one of those. I don't see it.
You ever guys got like someone telling you, oh, you look like a certain celebrity? Or
Yes.
Yep. I've
Before I shaved my head, people said that I look. This is dumb, because there's no way. Two people have told me this, and it was retarded. Ryan Reynolds. Don't understand that at all.
No.
That's a compliment though. You gotta
no,
be like,
it's not. No, it's not.
what, to look like Ryan Reynolds?
That's an insult to Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
don't want to besmirch
Then
his name.
From there, Nick Frost, right now with the beard.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then people have also said I look like Kevin Smith if I put a hat on. Again, if I shave the beard, if it's just a shaved
I get
beard.
Nick Frost. I don't get Kevin Smith.
And I don't get Kevin's.
Yeah. So those are the ones that I've heard.
I can't.
I once heard Love Child of Edward Norton and Shia LaBeouf.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I,
oh.
I can see a little bit of Edward Norton there, like not the face. but,
Holy
like,
shit! You
Sorry.
broke living.
Yeah, really.
That's actually kind of true.
Really?
yeah, I
Not even the Shia LaBeouf though, but you have.
the Edward Norton.
You
yeah.
look a lot.
Kind of the Edward Norton there.
I can see Edward Norton.
Why does everybody call him Edward Norton? It's Ed Norton.
No, it's Edward.
Does he go by
It's
Edward?
Edward Norton.
I've
Yeah,
always heard him as Ed Norton.
Well, you've always been wrong.
I don't know. I just hear weird. Feels weird to say Edward
A
Norton.
lot of people assumed that I was gay from Good Luck Charlie, because like back then I used to have like kind of
Wait.
his hairstyle. It was like the younger version of Gabe. Like
Oh,
gay!
yeah.
I
I
heard
did.
gay.
Nuno.
Yeah, but he
Yeah,
said
we
good
didn't
luck,
hear the
Charlie.
B
I
there.
think he said
I
Gabe.
didn't.
Sorry,
I didn't
Gabe,
hear the four.
Gabe, G-A-B-E.
I thought that sentence was over.
No.
Yeah, I thought people thought I was
Everyone
gay.
was just like, oh, I don't see it. I thought you guys were like, oh, I don't see it.
No, I was just like.
Now I know what you
how
guys
could
were really
possibly-
thinking.
What would someone possibly just go
I'm
up to you
sorry.
like, are you? You're gay.
Audience, just to let you know, I am a terrible speaker.
Are you gay from Good Luck Charlie?
Charlie.
There's no,
I can kind of see Gabe. Not really. It's
not
you have
now,
like the
but,
same hair, but that's about it.
But if you look, okay, if I showed you guys a picture
Like, not
of me
really,
back
right?
then and of Gabe now, or
Yeah,
Gabe back
yeah.
then, you would say it for sure.
If I even knew what the hell you were talking about, sure.
See, I don't look like anybody. Like I literally
Have you not
resemble
seen
nobody.
you've seen Good Luck Charlie though.
There's a person
No,
in
I
a
don't know what the
program
fuck
you
Good
look
Charlie
like.
is.
Really?
I saw
Is
them
that
in
a kid's show?
earlier today.
Yeah, it is.
Then that's why, Nuno.
I look like
You
I
said
look like
Gabe?
local people.
Oh,
don't look
oh,
like
wait,
any
you said it
celebrity.
out of relief, not like.
Who is it?
Oh,
though?
it's Gabe.
No idea.
Yeah, because I would say kids are really mean if I was just saying you look gay. That'd be very just out of
Yeah.
the front and just
Like,
why
it
use
doesn't
that
make
just
sense.
as
Oh
a-
yeah, because you are.
That's
now,
slang
now I
word.
know. Now I know that you are.
I am the
Oh,
worst
see,
for that, by the
actually.
way. I have like the worst gaydar ever. Like I can never tell if someone's hitting on me or not.
Oh,
Except for one time, it was really obvious. So he
Sometimes?
threw a pencil on the ground, and told me to pick it up, and I'm like, all right.
oh.
it's like, I see what
clearly
you did
this
there.
is going in a direction.
I picked
See,
it up though.
I didn't mean to go, guys. I didn't mean for this to go in that direction. I just want to tell everyone I look like the young
It
brother
felt nice
from
to get
Good
hit
Luck
on.
Charlie. I didn't mean for this to happen. I'm sorry.
No, this is fine.
Yeah, this is
We
fine.
can end on this. So,
Me being hit on?
well,
Yeah,
with that structure.
That could be on the end title.
I didn't even get to
Sit on.
say my thing for Amy.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
go ahead.
sure,
Sorry,
yeah, Liv,
so-
what was it?
sorry about that.
Okay, real quickly, I thought she was like a bubbly, quirky person. You know, like stereotypical, and she's like, they'd be like, I take it tape rubber. Fucking Mike's
You
freaking
are
out.
failing this podcast.
Yeah, I am. No, like, you just like really weird, not normal stuff.
Zoe Deschanel. from
Yeah,
New Girl.
exactly. From New Girl, I love New Girl so
Yeah.
much. Watch it. It's
So
fucking
that's a compliment,
amazing.
Amy.
Oh yeah, I mean, I still think she's quirky, just not as weird as I thought she's gonna be.
I think
Oh,
we should
she's
just end. I think we should just end this segment by saying that everyone we just talked about, we love all of
Sweethearts.
you. We love
Sweethearts.
all of you.
Complete
Despite
sweetheart.
We
any
actually
negative
hate all of
things
you.
that were said by Nuno, we love
The
you all.
sweetheart.
You know what?
Sweethearts.
Actually, disclaimer: we hate all of you. Okay.
Well, that's mean.
Doesn't you?
Like all women, Nuno?
What's
Yeah.
wrong with you?
Whoa. Nuno hates. Just kidding.
Guys,
Got your journalism.
Podcast number 6.
Hard, hard
number
this is my
zoom.
life now.
Hard zoom on Nuno's face. Like, Nuno hates women.
2018.
Disclaimer: I love everybody.
If
Especially
everybody loved everybody,
everyone,
The world will be about
It's-
our plies.
the world would be a better place.
I don't know why I was thinking of Jackie Moon from Semi Pro, Will Ferrell, where he says,
Oh, everyone.
Everybody love
everyone love everyone."
Okay, get over it, Justin. Some people like Will Ferrell. Get over it.
He's not funny!
Yes, he
you
is.
serious?
No, he's not. He's terrible.
You think he's terrible?
Yes, because he's the same fucking every movie. That,
All right.
I don't give a shit. No, hold on. Every fucking movie's always the same fucking thing with Will Ferrell. I'm a stupid idiot. Look at me. I'm gonna take my clothes. Shut up, Lib. You don't get to right now. You get to shit talk Suicide Squad. I'm gonna shit talk Will Ferrell. Every fucking movie, he plays a stupid idiot who everyone loves for no fucking reason because he's a stupid fucking idiot. And every fucking movie, he walks out without his clothes and he's running around his underwear. Oh, look at me, I'm Will Ferrell in the fucking underwear. I don't give a shit.
It sounded like a personation of
Justin?
now just of Will Ferrell, what you were just doing.
Kevin Smith isn't that good of a director.
I'm gonna kill you. Alright,
fucking
everybody, thank you very much for joining us for the Select Side
I actually
Network.
take that back. I really like Kevin Smith as a director.
I want to thank everybody for joining me. Nino, thank you so much. Colin, Lib, thanks for getting me all riled up.
Can I be in the next episode?
So,
So that's all the time we got.
That's my cue, guys.
God
so
damn
guys,
it!
don't
I am
forget,
so sorry for
on
my
a
mic.
quick little side note, on a serious matter, you may have noticed there are no ads on my videos. I do have the right to monetize. I refuse. I've never I've made it a point about a year ago that I don't want to monetize any of my stuff anymore. If you want to support, cool. Subscribe, like, share. If you really want to help financially, you could always just go to the Patreon, patreon.com/SelectStarNetwork. I just believe that, especially with the way that YouTube's treating all content creators, especially the small ones, if you need help, you can't find it on that. You cannot find it on that platform anymore. You got to find it yourself. You got to find your own way to do it. My way is for Patreon. If you want to, that's fine. If you don't, I don't care. Like, just you watching this is more than enough for me. I'm happy with that. So thank you very much for joining. If you want to support, cool. Again, you could always follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/SelectStarNetwork. Twitter's twitter.com/SSN Larshay. If you want to buy merch, I have t-shirts which will be going to be releasing more down the road.
How much are the t-shirts?
They're $16 or $20.
Really?
Yeah, they're not.
Okay,
they're
I'm
not-
probably gonna buy one then.
I'm debating on it too now.
So if you want to, then it's tpublic.com/user/SelectStarNetwork. We have two versions. We have the t-shirt that has the blue background like this,
Yeah.
which I think we might have a black one as well. I can't remember. And then we have the baseball tee, the one that I like to wear.
Yeah.
If you want to get that, that's awesome. Again, if you want to, it's just fucking, it's a choice, man. If you just want to watch. If you want a thumbs down, put a thumbs down. I don't give a shit. Interaction is what I want.
Yeah. Boo us.
I don't
we
care.
don't care. We don't
Oh.
listen to the haters.
I do. It really hurts me. So if you want to hurt me, that's how you do it. But anyways, I want to thank everybody for joining us. If you have anything to plug, let's start with Colin.
Instagram, Colin Seaburns.
Nuno.
This is my last time in this episode, but follow me on Twitter, NunoSap10, I think. Instagram, Nuno_Sapatero10. If you want to see me still, go to my YouTube channel. Hopefully you'll put the link in.
What is the name of your channel?
It's Nuno, but it's pretty impossible to find me. So
Okay.
if you're gonna find me, guys, type in Nuno Square Up. That's like my most popular video right now.
All right, just send me the link for your YouTube and I'll
Okay.
add it in. Lib.
Just look up Liberty Roundtree on Twitter. I'm the only one.
There you go. Never mind, there's a joke there. All right, thanks everybody for joining us, and we'll catch you next time. Which, hey, by the way, this has been our longest podcast.
By far.
Looks like
Oh
we're
yeah, it
almost
didn't save though.
we're-
We're okay. It didn't work.
Yeah, we're looking at about an hour and 46 minutes.
Damn.
Oof,
Wow.
that's a trudge.
Jesus Christ. Well, Clarissa, kind of makes me laugh. If you want to see what we did, you gotta wait till the very fucking end.
Yeah.
Which is, watch it now, Clarissa! Prove me wrong! Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Bye!
Bye, Clarissa.
Damn.
All right, peace out.
You're fucking dead to me.